What's good, everybody? It's Thursday, February 4th, 2021, and you have tuned into Tech Talk Thursdays here on twitch.tv/Major Linux. Of course, you can hit us up. You can watch all the archives, or listen to all the archives over at majors.house/TTT. I got it. I figured it out. I fixed it yesterday. Or not yesterday, it was a few days ago when Anka hit me up for something. I can't remember what it was. And I remembered to create the short link, so now we got it. This week, I am joined this... Geez, now I'm just sounding redundant. I'm joined this week...
said I'm joined this week and every week by...
This week and every week by... No, sorry. Today, I'm joined this week and every week by the creator, formerly known as KKS Gaming, Kevin Kev. Is in the
not
building.
The intro.
It's your boy Kev. Hey.
Literally this if you're looking for him on Discord now.
Yes.
Yeah. It's your boy Kev now. It's like it's your boy Kev on Discord now. I love it. I just love it.
This
how,
week,
how does it feel to have replenished your pores with that new username?
I know it just feels like I've been steamed. My pores is unlocked. There's a glow about myself now. My beard has aligned. I love it.
All right, before we go any further, so THC said it's the extra content you missed by not seeing it live. Clearly, the premium experience. Should I cut that out? Should I cut that out and only mention that line? That way, nobody will ever know what was said before we started the show.
Yeah, cut that out.
Okay.
Yeah, cut that out.
Okay.
They got to come live. They got to come live for the good stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
PAC is going to be the only person on the internet who knows.
For real.
Think about it. Of course, joined this week by the man who has all the teas, who now has the most fanciest teas.
Mm-hmm.
It's true.
The fanciest of the fancy teas.
Yeah, he's got the oolong, the orange pecote. He's got all of it. Sinziak is in the building.
It's a good day,
as
are most days. Amen. To be black during Black History Month. We are on the 4th day of Black History Month. Y'all have wasted absolutely no time with the nonsense. We have wasted no time with issuing the goddamn bans.
Just day one. Day one. How that one become a Hamas? It's the first day, and I'm already tired of black people. Like,
I don't
know. No.
It was
we
like
even got through the first day.
No.
It reminds me of that one. It reminds me of that one scene in like Pacific Rim when like Stack of Pentecost says, "Restart the clock." That's what I felt like. We just need to start over again. Be like, restart the war clock.
We go finish 28 days.
Damn.
We go finish.
No,
uninterrupted. Keep fucking up, and we'll start right back at one.
We're gonna start it back at one.
It's the only way. I feel like if we follow that rule, it'd be the only time we actually get Black History 365.
Pretty much, like Groundhog Day. Yeah.
No, y'all remember that one year they messed up every single day of Black History Month, and they were like, "We're gonna redo it when UK has their Black History Month," and they still didn't do it.
Wasn't that last year? Wasn't that literally last year?
I think it was the year before last. I think last year was supposed to be the redemption year, but we all know what happened.
Yeah.
They ain't even make it to June.
Didn't even make it to June. Couldn't even make it to June.
Gosh.
And the disembodied voice in all of our heads, the one who has PC parts raining down from everywhere between now and Saturday. The GOAT with the loudest laptop in the business.
Yes.
Idiozanakas in the building.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, people of Earth. You can't see me because my back is in shambles. But hello.
Because the back is broken because she's been carrying us.
Right.
Y'all just need to know that right now.
Right.
Y'all Y'all carrying me right now, literally.
Nonsense. Coming out with the new overlays and everything just hours before the show. Thank you so much for that.
Literally just knocking them overlays out. Like, just like, they're done? What?
But the audience doesn't know I had to redo it 4 times.
Oh no, I was gonna say that. Like, they were done, and then all of a sudden they just magically disappeared.
And then they were redone. And
I saw a white spot. Like, what white? Oh, okay. I see it. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was okay. It was fine. But whatever. It's gone now. I can't download them.
I literally folded like 2 socks, and then it was 2 pairs of socks, and I look up, they were finished. I was like, wow. Like, by the time it took me to match and fold up 2 pairs of socks, they were fixed.
I'm serious about my work.
Do we want to just get into like that section of things today of just kind of like, let's go ahead and encapsulate this week, and like, y'all just walked into this month and I told y'all not to track your muddy ass racist ass shoes in the house, and y'all decided that y'all were gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. You know? I mean, yeah, it's basically like, you know what? I would love to just be able to just be black and talk about tech. But guess what? Gotta talk about these issues, because if we don't, you know, we got to. It's like, you know.
It's a sad state of affairs in which we live in right now. It really is.
Do you remember? Oh my God! So which one are we on this? Which topic are we on? I just want to know.
So I mean,
which are we on?
If we would jump right into it.
I mean, no, like, I'm just gonna briefly look at it and say, listen.
Well, the top things off, it's Robinhood.
Woo.
Okay. Oh my God.
Oh my God. This mother.
So Robinhood app controversy grows with likely motive now revealed, and as I mentioned before, I told you so. I told you they were doing it to cover their asses.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on for a moment and let us open the scrolls of history. Whereupon nature said unto me in the house of Twitter on the front steps of the sanctuary.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Hey, they're probably doing this to cover their asses.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, big talk.
Now, and again,
it's not that I said it's not that it's wrong. It's not that you're wrong. It's that it's shady.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, and like I mentioned then too, I said, when this article came out, I mentioned this. Look, I was about half right. They did it to cover their asses, but not because of the fact that they were afraid dumb people were going to make dumb decisions. Which we'll get to that in a second too. They did still anyway, because they still bought too late.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason why Robinhood stopped the trading was because of the fact that they just didn't have money to pay people when, you know, people come with their hands out.
Imagine being a broker.
And so what this
we just stepped it up as far as being trash. So last year it was being a landlord. This year it's being a hedge fund manager.
Yes.
So apparently what happened was, what this article actually kind of showed me was there are companies like Robinhood, I forget, what was it, Webull, I think you had pointed out, Sin?
Yep.
Like there's a couple of these smaller companies that allow people to buy like 1 to 2 stocks, like $5, $10, however many they want, without having to go through brokerage, like big brokerage firms like Charles Schwab, Fidelity, all these other places.
Yeah, it's a dabble. They're like dabbling apps.
Right.
They're like, oh, you could dabble in the stock market, make you a little extra, flip your 5, make maybe like $50, $60 maybe, and you know.
The way they set up this is almost like how Cricket, Metro PCS, or Straight Talk, how they operate. Like they are branch. They're like branches of bigger companies. They have to call home and say, "Hey, can we do this?"
Yeah, they basically.
Like again, it was like that whole Marge Simpson meme. They came where the big boys came and said, "Yo, Robinhood, I'm gonna need you to clock out. I'm gonna need you to clock out."
Log out for me.
Yeah,
just slid up to you smooth with a hand ever so gently on the shoulder. Hey, boo, go on ahead and clock out for me.
Exactly. So that's what happened. So,
Yes.
long story short, that's what happened that day.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened that day.
Right.
That's the reason why they cut it off. So again, it's at a point where looking at this, I still can't blame Robinhood because they were only doing what they were told by the big boys who were funneling the money to them.
Right.
I would say yes, but no. And the only reason I wanted the but no part is because here's the thing. The way that we found out about this whole thing with Robinhood is because Weeble went up and said, hold up for a second.
Wait, hold on.
I'm going to need y'all to back up. This is how our companies work, and that is why we're doing what we're doing. We're not trying to cheat y'all, so y'all can come for me if you want to. And like we said about Robinhood covering themselves, and this was my side of the discussion with Major, was that even if the things that you're saying are true, the way they're going about it is shady because they're not being transparent about what it is that they're doing if that's the case.
Yeah,
and it only leads people to speculate stuff like this, which means at best we're wrong, but it's awful, and at worst we're right and you are real awful.
Right. And like that, I mean, that's ultimately where I ended up too. It's like, yeah, like I think I mentioned, like, I wonder how bad this would have been if they just said that. If Robinhood at the very beginning said, yo, we cannot cover these trades, y'all are idiots. Stop.
Honesty is the best policy.
This is like, y'all, we can't cover these trades, but it's not our job to. I will tell you what it is our job to do, though. If these people up here that y'all are trying to prevent from getting this, like, to do this whole supply and demand thing, tell me that I have to stop selling this to you. I literally do, and there's nothing I can do about it. If y'all had said that, the first thing everybody would have said was, ooh, y'all right, and would have redirected that anger accordingly.
Exactly.
Right. That's the whole thing. That's the whole thing what I be saying is, why can't people just tell me what the fuck's going on? And just be real with folks. Just be real with people and tell them what the deal is. And then it took Weeble, another Mo, to come out and say, okay, fam, let me tell you what's going on. Let me tell you the new shit. Let me tell you what we really have to deal with.
And I thought
I'm pretty sure that Weeble came out here with this kind of... Weeble came out here on the energy that I stay on. And I feel like this needs to be said about the whole situation, which is this. Y'all don't pay me enough money to take this heat, this doxing, these death threats, and all this other stuff. Y'all y'all only do so much for me. I'm just gonna go ahead and tell y'all the truth. I'm not going to jail over this. I'm about to snitch on all you hoes. That's the reason right there. That manager right there, that person right there. The one with the polka dotted tie. That one right there is the reason why I didn't tell y'all stuff today. All of them.
Weeble reached into their Spotify playlist, pull up Usher's Confessions, and was like, these are my confessions. And it was like, I'm it.
Period.
Go
and
off.
It's one of those, y'all need to, like, just like people, the way that I feel about people defending celebrities when they fuck up about things. And it's kind of like, these celebrities don't need defending. They did what they did. It's the same thing with these companies and corporations. Y'all are defending them. These people do not care about you. They are not writing you a check. They are not paying your insurance. They are not paying your bills. They are not, like, fulfilling relationships. None of that.
But we got to save the billionaires.
Okay.
They let y'all pretend for a second that you might have 0.26% of what Beyonce makes. Y'all need to go ahead and let that go. Let these people fail. Let them take heat. Like Weeble was like, I'm going to give you the information you need to have, and I'm going to step right on out the way. Y'all can take that over to Merrill Lynch. Don't talk to me.
You got Merrill Lynch, you got Charles Schwab, whatever you got to do to get what you need to get. But hey, don't bring that bullshit over me. Like,
okay.
Yes,
but is this okay? I understand the anger, and it's rightfully, you know, you get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I don't know where my words are, but is like all of this outlined in their terms of use?
I'm gonna say yes, it is. But again, notice there was a hint of
I'm
question in my voice when I
is.
said that.
Yeah, how many?
But I mean,
how many
the thing
people read
is-
the TOS.
Exactly.
I'm gonna say, well, the thing is, I'm gonna say maybe
Sad
it
to say.
is, but even in most terms of service, the companies that you work with don't necessarily like outline their relationships to other parent companies that they might have, except to tell you that they have them. Like, not even Twitch does that with Amazon, even though we know that that's public knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like they tell you every single legal like relationship that they have to Amazon or how that impacts their decision making. That's not in the terms of service of this affiliate agreement, but it's a fact all the same. Like that legal stuff is somewhere, but it might not be in their terms of service.
Right. Again, that's what I asked that question because I know hardly anybody reads that stuff. So it's like we have every right to be angry, but then it's like, did anybody read?
Well, part of it is, did anybody read, but also, and here's the real tea, did anybody expect this to happen? No, they didn't.
Yeah.
No. Nobody ever expects
not this.
I'm pretty sure. Let me tell y'all. Weeble has started like the whole avalanche. Let me let you know. Like Legal is sitting in their room sweating on their 4th day, being sequestered in the mail room with like yet another Domino's pizza and some garlic twist, trying to figure out how they're gonna get out of this and not have it be an entire PR nightmare.
It was funny as shit because we were having that conversation before I found it, and you had mentioned Weeble, so I went to look up Weeble. I was looking up Weeble just to see what company it was, and that's when I saw the news article of the CEO sitting in Yahoo News or Yahoo Finance. I'm like, yo, let me tell y'all what the fuck deal is.
So they were basically out here snitching on everybody, basically.
Yep.
Okay. Also, can I just go ahead and low key say for a second, how much do you want to bet that the Weeble CEO said, listen, y'all don't pay me enough money to do this, and I'm gonna need y'all to issue me a statement real quick, or I'm gonna issue a statement. Now it can either be one from your marketing team or it could be one directly from my desk. It's up to you. You got 48 hours. And then when they didn't get that plus 200, like they're just like, the amount of money that y'all are getting paid versus what I'm getting paid, and y'all decided to like, y'all stuck me with like, let's say a smooth $70K for the whole year, and y'all out here making $200,000 a year. Nah, y'all can go ahead and run me some coins, or I'm about to run some people some information.
Yo, Yahoo Finance, I got something for you.
My man pulled a D'Lo Brown at the end of New Jack City. He told on all his associates.
Went from cash broker to information broker.
He was like, "Yo, like I said, I'm finna tell on you. You. I'm telling on everybody."
It's okay. Is it okay? Is Weeble a Chinese company?
No, I think that it's a company like Robinhood.
Oh,
it's like Robinhood.
No, like they out here.
Yeah. Like they did the same thing Robinhood did, except they came out and said, yo, this is why we did it.
Yeah.
It's like the difference between Robinhood and Weeble is that Weeble did what Robinhood should have done.
Yeah.
Granted, they still I don't know. Now I don't know if they did it quick, like how much quick, like they did it first, but I don't know if they did it the same day or if it was the next day. Because I only saw that video after this article went out.
No, I'm pretty sure. I'm like, what I'm gonna say is, like, if I had to make a guess, they gave it a day or two. They're just like, I'm about to give y'all some breathing space in case y'all need me, in case y'all want to say anything. Now y'all want to say anything? All right, bet. I'm gonna go ahead.
They weren't as transparent. They were more like Robinhood had it looking opaque. But yeah, like Weeble said something, and I think Weeble isn't really in the news that much because Robinhood had more of the market share. Everybody was using Robinhood.
Right.
You want to know what the funny and shady part about this is? On a PR level, there are very few ways that this works out poorly for Weeble in particular.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they were the people who said stuff. People were just like, Robinhood that went and fucked this up, and they should have done what everybody's gonna be like. They should have done what Weeble did.
And getting getting the emails from Robinhood, just still not saying anything.
Plus, I would
prefer them be NC State and not say a damn thing at all.
Oh no, they out here saying something, but they're saying, "Oh, we made this app for you guys. We're here for you." They
said literally nothing.
No.
Plus you got online. The literal dragging of the Robinhood CEO from a Chris Cuomo 9.5 minute dragging of that. So that's not also playing. That plays really well into like
I forgot about that. Ooh, I forgot about that.
I mean, the literal dragging of this man. I was like, oh Lord, somebody get Kiki.
Man looked up the chemical equation for that hair follicle in particular and yanked them out surgically.
He had fine, lustrous hair when it started, and then he was just like, nope, all of it's gone. All of it is gone. There is none left. My man, like literally, he took everything away. He took everything away from you. He took everything. It's like, bro, you had everything, and now you have nothing. Now,
as my people like to say, this person ate and didn't leave a single crumb.
So did
not a crumb.
Did you get everything you wanted? Yes. What did it cost?
Everything.
So before we move on from this, I have one statement. I just have one last thing to say, and it has nothing to do with any of this going on, but just this image that Robinhood has out for their like mobile app. Why does this phone look so weird? It is a weird cross between an Android and an iPhone, and it really bothers the shit out of me.
They're trying to
like
be
Apple
universal.
It does.
Yeah,
looks like an Apple Galaxy S20.
Ew, that doesn't even sound right.
That's an Apple Pixel Galaxy 4A right there.
The case is built into the phone itself. I don't know who made this.
And yet, but yet somehow it's got one of those built-in screen protectors on top of it too. So it's like
Apple
it's like
Galaxy.
You can barely see a sensor in there.
Like
somehow this iPhone is running Android. I don't get it. Like no Android device looks like this.
They running parallels on that thing.
Be like, I'm looking at my Pixel now. My Pixel has a case on it, but even that looks a lot better than this phone.
It's probably messed up. They running Palm Pilot software. Shoot.
WebOS. I have a TV that runs WebOS. That's how far Palm fell from that shit. My TV runs WebOS now.
Ouch.
Anywho, next up. More Robinhood news.
Hallelujah.
Damn it, I thought I was done, but I'm not. Google salvaged Robinhood's 1-star rating by deleting nearly 100,000 negative reviews.
Let's talk about this.
Hold on. Before we go, I heard that it's back down.
Yep.
I mean, it's back down, but I mean, once again, imagine Google sliding up here. They couldn't save Stadia, but they wanted to save these 1-star ratings. You know what? I'm gonna shut up.
Nope. That's what I like to call foreshadowing.
Yep, it's back down.
Yep. See. It is sitting at the
1.1.
You hate to well, no, you don't. I don't hate to see it, but somebody did.
Everybody going after Dogecoin.
That's like what 1.1 now? Oof. Like not even threes anymore. There's not even threes. There is just 2s and straight ones. Absolute.
These people are serious. They're like
absolute anger. Look at this. This is anger. This is
hilarious.
Have you ever just gotten somebody so mad and so petty that they're just like, I'm just going to do whatever it takes to hurt these people? Those are who we're dealing with out here.
But I'm reading these reviews, and they're actual decent reviews of the app. They don't justify a 1-star review, but it's like they gave 1 star, but just rated. It's like this one. Fine experience most of the time, minimalistic, clean, and easy to navigate. But it could use some work. 1 star.
Because basically, if you did like a 1 star and said it sucks, they would they would basically, kill. They would basically kill it. Oh, that's malicious, because
So
review bombing is a thing. So what they would be like, oh, it's a wonderful experience thing, great thing, love it, 1 star. Like, it's still, like I say, the software experience is still good, but fuck you. it's like what I like to call it, but like, thank you, but go fuck yourself.
Thanks, but no thanks.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
But no thanks, like, thanks and
Like, there was an attempt. It was nice while it lasted.
Yes, we had a good
there
run.
was an attempt. Oh no,
We had a
not
good
there was
run.
an attempt.
We had good times, but you was on some bullshit. So no, fuck it.
I was hoping that I could search the App Store on a browser, but I can't.
Yep.
Let me.
Old Apple.
Everybody
Get the
around
phone
are
out.
depressed right now. They're just sitting around like, bro.
Like child panini pressed. Okay.
Panini pressed.
Like, who getting laid off first?
Yeah.
Pressed,
Mhm.
pressed, creased,
Mhm.
like shaken together and running over with Petty.
Oh, I love that.
They are.
I love that sentence. I'm writing that down.
You're welcome.
That
Okay.
is like
Alright.
press down, take it together. Yes. Writing that down.
So
What's my pen?
surprisingly, on iOS, it's sitting at 4.0. So, I don't know.
It's annoying to do reviews on Apple devices. I'm not gonna front. I'd just be like, okay.
So yeah,
I always think, like, when I see those negative reviews, I always think, like, how much of it is like legit problem and how much of it is legit problem, bad customer service, or you just don't know what the fuck you're doing. I think that's really what it comes down to.
To be fair, like, for some of it, there is a little bit of trepidation. Like, the little external power source I have for this camera, like, Canon wasn't selling any of them. I could not find them anywhere, so I had to get a third-party one. And this is the stories that you see.
Right.
The 1 stars, like, because again, it's like a $500-$600 camera, and you see one person with a 1-star review said, "This bricked my camera." So, I don't know. Because what if I'm 2?
Yeah, what if I am the second? I don't want to be number 2.
I don't like those odds.
I don't like, 1 and 2, like, that's a 50-50 shot. I don't know.
Oh no, it's not a 1 in 2. It's a 1 in like 2 million. Like, all the other reviews are good. It's just that one bad review out of the 2 million.
Is that 0.00000000001%? It's like it's like you're better.
You're just have you know that we, especially us, being all tech and software related,
right,
and our jobs are like, but it only takes one.
It only takes one.
It only takes one.
Literally.
You're better. You're more likely for your camera to like grow sentient and try to take over the world more than it is for this one issue to come up.
I'm more likely to be hit by a Jewish space laser at this point.
Topical.
That woman's crazy. Anywho.
And from Georgia.
Actually, something. While we're here, are you talking about who I think you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, we're talking about her.
Oh, so did you know that they said she's not allowed to any more cookouts? She can't have any more plates. Did they tell you about that? Because
yeah,
they put it on today.
I just saw that.
I saw that.
My man Hoyer, that white man, Steny Hoyer, came with his whole chest. I was like, this man ain't here to play Parcheesi. This man ain't here to play backgammon nor Mancala. He is not about these games. He said you can't be doing this kind of stuff. If there's one thing that's like, yo, I don't agree with you, and I think that's one thing I don't agree with you, and I think you're an asshole and your breath stinks, and I disagree. That's one thing to be like that. But it's another thing to be like, I wish death on you. What?
Oh.
I'm going to accost you because you're against me, and I hate you because I want the violence.
But
here's the thing. So it's the fact that people take that last thing you said and try to equate that to what we're saying most of the time, where we're just like, y'all are fucking up and should be held accountable for it, but we're not going to do it today.
Right. Yeah, it's like
I'm not gonna do it, girl. I was just kidding.
right. I just want you to hold your people accountable, otherwise I will do it, and you're not gonna like how I do it.
But she came out and said that, look, I wasn't getting the answers I was looking for on CNN and Fox News, so I turned to Facebook.
Listen,
okay, what happened? Like, I don't even know.
So, freshman Congresswoman was it Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yep.
Earlier this week or over the weekend, something like that, multiple videos and posts were found of hers calling for execution of Nancy Pelosi.
Yep.
I can't remember. There was another thing that she said, but the one that I opened this can of worms up with was saying that the California wildfires were started by a space laser that was owned by a rich Jewish individual.
right.
What?
So yeah. Oh, she said that that mass shootings, especially school shootings, were false flag operations.
Yeah, crisis actors.
And was following one of the gentlemen who was the victim of the Parkland shootings, who has been advocating for gun control and just harassing him in the middle of the street.
Right. For no reason.
None.
Just yeah.
I mean, if a crazy white woman was chasing me saying that I am a gun-owning American, I have a gun, yeah, I'm not going to stay around and talk to you either.
Right. That person was white. That was that was like, yo, he's harassing somebody that, like, that was like, yo, you're harassing people for survival? You're harassing him because he lived? Because he is, because he's saying, hey, this happened and it's a bad deal and I hate and I want this to change. And you're like, well, I'm not bad, even though I have weapons, but I'm not bad.
And I'm publicly
Let me tell you how bad I am with my weapons.
Like the whole argument of, the one thing that can stop a bad person with a gun is a good person with a gun. We can just take, just make sure, bad people don't have guns. I'm just saying.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, so she was recently appointed to the Education Committee of Congress.
Right.
So they were like,
oh, hell no.
With a whole PhD in Facebook.
Yeah.
PhD in Facebook.
But yeah, so
studies.
So yeah, she came out today talking about like, like she was looking for answers on Facebook, and that's how she developed those ideals. Yeah, that was your problem.
That was your problem.
Yeah.
You said the quiet parts out loud too many times.
They keep doing that. It's like they haven't learned the lesson yet.
It's like you can believe that, but just don't say it.
Right.
Well, because when you say it, people are going to literally look at you like you crazy, which they did, and they treat her in kind.
Stalky, you ain't saying nothing but a thing there. But yes, I want to one star that congressman. It's like everybody's wanted to one star these Robinhood apps.
Right. Showing up dead.
Speaking of apps and app informations, apparently more than a dozen apps with misleading or flat out inaccurate privacy labels have been found on the App Store. So they telling you they're not collecting your data.
But they is.
But they collecting your data.
They're getting all your data. Delicious data.
It really sucks when the one thing you thought, all right, we finally got them. They have to tell me, and then they don't tell you.
I'm laughing because it's like my mom's like, we're looking for like car covers for one of our cars, and my mom's been searching for car covers, and then all of a sudden she gets ads on Facebook for car covers. And I'm just like, oh my God, what did he think about car covers? And I'm just sitting up there looking like my man's like, I'm basically looking like, Mom, I want to tell Mom they're looking at her. I finna upset a 70-year-old woman.
Oh no!
About Big Brother, so I'm just gonna be like,
I have demonstrated this point multiple times to my wife. She willingly still does it. So I was like, hey, you know what? And look, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna be real honest with you. This data collection, it's not okay. Truthfully, data collection is not all that bad. It's not. It's what they choose to do with that data is another thing. And that's something you have to be you have to be cognizant of and be willing to go through with it. I, for one, I have ways to protect. I think I have ways to protect myself. I could totally be wrong, and it's whatever. I accept the fact that they are probably selling my data, but they will never be able to sell me on shit like that. So, like, okay, you bought shit that is useless, but that's fine. That's your money. But I will say this. I tried Apple Music for about a month, and the shit was terrible compared to YouTube Music. And I only think that the reason why that's the case is Google has collected so much data on me.
Yeah.
That they know exactly what the fuck I want to listen to.
Like, how the fuck did you know I wanted to listen to this?
Well, no, it's not that. It's just that I find myself skipping music less on YouTube Music than I did on Apple.
Right.
So it wasn't like they weren't giving, like, I mean, they give you like these custom playlists of things they think you want to listen to. So it's like, it wasn't so much like YouTube was guessing, how did you know? It was more like, okay, this vibes with the previous track. I don't feel inclined to skip because it's not harshing my mellow here.
Right.
As opposed to Apple's, like, I could be listening to something like, you know, like just getting that hype song. All of a sudden it just goes into some bright, cheery shit. It's like, yo, what the fuck? No.
I won't listen to this.
The hell these roses and daisies come from? Fuck you, get me out of here.
Why am I listening to like?
I need to get back into that warehouse I was in. Let's go.
Yeah, why am I listening to the soundtrack of Despicable Me 2? Like, I don't want this.
No, I was in Fast 8. How the fuck did I end up in the Secret Life of Me? Like, what the fuck? That's a movie, right? I don't know.
If you just out there just went, let me not. Let me just dip, dap, and dabble on out of here.
Dip, dap, dabble. Love it.
Oh, here's a good one. iOS 14.5.
I'm sitting here cracking up at this, like that article with the misleading and flat out inaccurate privacy labels and things. And I'm just like, here we are with Robinhood and their relationships too. You know what? I need to hush and let you read the title of this next article.
Like, I'm gonna drink my Coke on that one.
iOS 14.5 adds support for unlocking your phone with Apple Watch while wearing a face mask. Totally invalidating the $300 purchase I made earlier in the year.
Can we get?
You pay $300 extra for what?
I bought that Pixel
Can we get
just so I could use it with the face mask.
Can we get some F's in the chat for Bajan's purchase, please?
I am so mad that it took them this long to do it. Y'all could have.
You know, this is where I just want to come back to the thing that I constantly say on these podcasts. They could have done it at any time, but they only did it at a time where it felt profitable for them.
Right.
Fuck you, that's why.
There are two ways they could have went about this. So, one, they could have done this sooner because they already do it on Macs. Like, I unlock my MacBook, I unlock my Mac Mini using my Apple Watch. Or they could have went the iPad Air route, where they put the Touch ID on the fucking power button, which is what they should have done with these new fucking iPhones, and they didn't.
Nope.
Like,
they did not do
you
that.
developed this iPhone in the middle of a fucking pandemic. What the hell were you thinking?
Right. You could have literally pivoted, took a month, and then just been like, okay, let's make this thing work.
It is so dumb. And like, here it is. So here it is now. They're like, yep, in this new iPhone update, you'll be able to unlock what you watch. Like,
right. Because it's like,
so luckily before the show today, so they released this to developers earlier in the week. Today it was made available for public beta testers. I have confirmed that it does fucking work and it is awesome. Now I'm struggling struggling to figure out why the hell I need this Pixel.
Yeah, but
you
see,
need this Pixel so you can mail it to my house. That's what you need it for.
But it's attached to an account. I can't send it anywhere. I'm stuck with it for 2 years.
well, because of Fi. Oh, right.
Remember when I wanted to get it cheaper?
Should have did like I did, but unlocked.
So many mistakes were made.
Mistakes were made.
And again, purely would have been justifiable if Apple's like, you know what? We can't figure this out.
Yeah.
They could have figured this shit out earlier.
They could have been like, give us a while and we'll come back with you on
if
that.
they even said like, hey, we're trying to figure it out, I would have possibly waited. Actually, no, I wouldn't have. To be fair, I've always wanted an updated Android device anyway, so I'm not too much ass out. But the reason, the main reason why I was using it was for that fingerprint reader, so I could use my phone while at work.
Yep.
Now that I have this, I prefer to still use my iPhone at work, but yeah.
Yep. Stalker upgraded his little F to a big F after he heard that. He was like, we're gonna have a full-fledged F on that.
Look, it's the life of an early adopter. Don't judge me. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
We're not judging you super hard, but we are a little bit.
Look, it's a well-deserved judge. I can't lie. It's a well-deserved judge.
I'm not judging, but I'm laughing.
The one thing that does make me feel better about all of this is because the fact I'm on the beta, my wife is not. I went downstairs and did it. She's like, "Can my phone do this?" Nope. I needed to feel petty. I needed to feel petty just for a second so I could feel better about myself.
Shame on you. Shame on you, Major. For shame, sir.
So look what I can do. Can my phone do? Nope.
Nope. No.
I feel bad. I do. Oh my goodness. My favorite case manufacturer, NZXT, is in a bit of hot water, especially if you put water on top of their flaming PC cases. NZXT halts sale of the H1 model PC case for a second time as long-term fire hazard fix is developed.
I'm sorry. Fire?
Yes, a case catches on fire.
Hold on. Have we not come far enough along in our technological explorations pre-Elon Musk to not make things that are for computing that catch on fire? I'm sorry. Hello?
I mean, at times like this, I'm glad I made the adult purchase, which seems weird in retrospect, seeing as I've been living on my own, or like alone by extension, just living with my significant other for almost 10 years now. I just bought a fire extinguisher. Luckily, I do not have an H1 case in my house, so I'm not too concerned, but
that's good.
The fact of the matter is we bought the fire extinguisher because I upgraded the CPU and both of us were afraid something caught fire.
That's bad.
Should we have a fire extinguisher? You know what? I think we should. So I immediately bought one.
It's wild when it's like you think, I'm gonna need a fire extinguisher, just in case, I decide to, try out flambéing and Bananas Foster or the possible grease fire or whatever. No, I'm gonna get a fire extinguisher. It's for my CPU. Just make sure my CPU.
This Ryzen 9 3900X is fucking boss, man. Just burn everything up.
Oh, I'm telling you, it's them 12 cores and them 24 threads.
Yeah. Even though at one point I think I broke it and it was only recognizing half of that, but hey, you know what? I fixed it.
Yeah.
And of course, when I fixed it, I think when we thought everything was catching on fire is when it was broken. Look, I had an interesting weekend. Don't judge me.
It was again. Fun. Not judging, but laughing.
Look, it was fun, and Anka gets a CPU out of it. So
yes.
Like I think that seems to be like the character arc in this anime for Major. I bought a piece of technology, but then.
Mm-hmm. But then fire.
But then Prometheus found my company, and now we're here.
Yeah. Prometheus looking at you like, so you brought fire to the masses too, huh? Mm.
Oh my god. Anywho,
crying.
So you know something? Let me just go over to the supply drawer real quick.
NZXT is halting the sales of its H1 Mini ITX PC case. The second time it's had to do so in a short lifetime due to a lack of clearance between 12-volt power and a nearby screw.
Oof.
It's always a thing you don't expect.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bummer because like they were selling this case around the time, like I want to say just before the Xbox Series X came out.
Right. So
like this was the case people wanted to buy if they wanted something that looked like an Xbox Series X, but could possibly be more powerful than that.
Right. Kind of like what they like to call like the killer PC, like this Xbox killer.
Yeah.
This is the PlayStation 5 killer. So it's gonna be like a Series X killer
like
PC.
The thing is that I love is that they keep calling it like the blank system killer, and I'm like, okay, but you don't have any games I like on it though.
Well, speaking of which, Walmart also had Xbox Series X's in stock today.
Yeah.
Couldn't do it. Still looking for that all access.
Yeah, I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna wait till next year and then all access it. I think that's
again. This is what I'm kicking myself. GameStop had all access consoles a couple of weeks ago. Chose not to act on it. As a matter of fact, I think I came in here and I talked about it a couple of weeks ago.
I think you did, yeah.
And went back the next day and they were gone.
See, don't talk about it.
Never get. Yeah, I told myself, and I told myself this. Look, I don't give a shit now. If I see that shit on sale,
be like
if
on
there's
site,
all access on site, it's done. I'm not asking questions. I'm not halting. I am doing the damn thing. I'm tired of it.
That was like I'm helping Sin get that Switch. I'm like, Sin, there gonna be some times when I say now, you gotta go get it now. May not mean when. Make sure, just have it, because I'm gonna send you the link, and that means now.
You could have brewed that fresh cup of oolong. You better drop that shit and click that buy button.
Right. If I send the link, you're already too late.
Run for doing what? Buying Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
If I send the link, it's already too late.
So y'all, just for chat's knowledge, the reason that I have a Switch that I still haven't finished turning on, the reason I have that Switch is because Kevin, the faithful, the valiant, the kind, made sure to send me a link every time they saw what was available. And so I found one that I could buy. That game was Mario Kart 8.
Yep.
He was like, fat kid deals for fat kid deals.
Anka.
What?
Uh-oh.
Anka.
I'm here.
Are you though?
I am.
Were you though?
Yes.
See, this is why she had us put that picture up. It's like putting shades on.
Listen, if I was asleep, I would not have replied as fast. I guarantee you. Trust. Take my word on that.
Yeah.
I think Sokka. I think she was. And she ain't gonna tell us otherwise. There's no way we can verify this.
I would not do that. Well, I fell asleep on camera, so
I mean, this is true. This is why we don't believe you now. You've done it on camera. What's to say you won't do it off?
Just take my word.
I'm looking like, should I say something?
Look, the sad thing is we were all here thinking that.
I'm like, I'm just gonna let her rest. She'll,
yeah, like, look, Hey, I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
We're just going to like do the low key thing. We're just gonna ever so slightly hit the remove from voice button that just let you do what you do.
Look, I got you. Like, just set up the studio mode, switch the scene out real quick.
Mm-hmm. Just be like
smooth transition. I got y'all.
Listen, I guarantee you, I'm good.
But wait, I'm ready for this next topic though. I'm ready for this.
Let's go with it then.
Mm-hmm.
Big Daddy Bezos is leaving Amazon CEO position.
Daddy Bezos. Why in this picture? Why does he look like he about to start up the next Jurassic World? Like he looks like he looks like he about
to sell fucking nukes to somebody. This is like the arms dealer to the bad guy in a Bond movie.
Like, yeah, he definitely looks like he's definitely going up to some African warlord with aviators, being like, "Hey, yo, let me say the good stuff, man."
Look, if you act now, you get prime shipping.
I'm like, oh,
stop.
I would like to say unto you, after the title of this article, we will not be pronouncing this man's name correct ever again.
Oh, he's Daddy Bezos forever. He's Lex Luthor.
Oh no, absolutely not. Where I'm just going to sit here and call this man Giuseppe Bozos.
Giuseppe Bezos. Giuseppe Bezos. Thin Kingpin. That's what it is. A thin Wilson Fisk.
Yo, I'm sorry, because I've seen videos of him.
Joffrey Bezos.
Joffrey Bezos.
Joffrey.
Mm-hmm. Jefe Bezos.
Not Jefe.
Just so we're clear, this man right here is never always looked like this. He used to look like this, and this is what really bugs me. Like when I saw videos of Jeff Bezos in the 90s when Amazon first started, there's no way this is the same man. He pulling a Melania on us, and we just like are along for the ride.
He had like the worst hairline that I have. Like, you know, like the hairline was not good. And
hairline wasn't receding. It was on a full-out retreat. But listen.
There we go. This is the best one. The before and after photos of
Right. Yeah, the glow up is real. Look at that. My man's been working out. He's on the keto diet. He just like got off the keto diet. Like
he running for his life. He good.
The glow up is real. What those billions do to you?
The after looks like he's about to kill the before.
Yeah,
that motherfucker's a hitman.
It looked like he bought out the company that the after bought out the company of the before. Like the before is like the before is like
belongs to me now.
It'd be like
I'm Jeff Bezos.
It's like that episode. It's like that episode of like Batman the Animated series with like Edward Nygma. It says, "If you think you're so smart, why aren't you rich?"
Smart people usually talk louder when they want to sound smart, correct? Correct.
I mean, yes. maybe that should be my next wardrobe choice. Just looking like a warlord.
Yeah, vests and polos.
You know what? I think that just might be it. That's what I'm gonna do. It's gonna look bad. It's gonna look bad.
That was his final evolution.
I mean, my man looks like young Obadiah Stane from like the Iron Man movie.
I'm gonna need somebody. He do.
Yeah.
He is who I imagine Hammer should have looked like in Iron Man 2.
Yes. Yes.
I'm gonna need somebody to cosplay as Jeff Bezos. I'm sorry. I need to see this. I need to see more people dressed like this.
Who's that bald? Was there another bald guy in Ant-Man?
I never saw those.
I seen the first one, but I'm like, dude, I'm gonna look that up real quick. Villain in Ant-Man.
So one good thing that may be coming out of this is that the next CEO that's stepping up, he's coming from the cloud division. They have multiple reports coming out saying that the new CEO will not abandon gaming at Amazon. But some bad news that's coming out of Amazon apparently through all of this is the fact that
Wait.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do
Wait.
not want to still send spotlight here. So
I don't know.
Oh no. It's not even stealing the spotlight, right? It's I think it's important, right, that we kind of talk about what that means. Because I feel, right, that how do I say this? People are going to assume that people just that when you're a CEO, that when you're like the CEO of the company, and that you step back into an executive chair role or something like this, that somehow you're stepping away from the company and retiring or stepping into a less powerful position. And I need it to be clear for the good people of the stream that there is going to be no ceding of power whatsoever. The literal definition of this position is the most senior internal position within a company and combining the duties of a chairman role and the chief executive role. In other words, we're all like, oh, that means he's retired. No, it just means he doesn't have to show up at meetings in the morning. He literally took a step to the left and will continue to collect just as many, if not more, coins in the exact same position with the exact same level of power. And he can walk up into the CEO and fight with them and they can't say shit. That's literally what that means.
Oh, yeah.
The O is for, like, that's for, like, officer stuff. That's like an operational job. What that means is, y'all can't send emails to Jeff Bezos anymore when things go wrong. The press won't call him. They're not doing all of that stuff. That's whoever the new CEO is going to be now. But, like, I need y'all to understand something. That doesn't mean that Jeff Bezos is by any means gone. Now, if they had said they had removed him as a CEO, maybe then that would be something to be, like, up in arms about. But as it stands, it's one of those things like, whoever y'all are calling, it's not me. I'm hitting y'all with a permanent out of office message.
But Sin, why would people want to try to get in contact with Jeff Bezos, like, now of all times?
Well, transitions of power normally, you know what? I have suspicions. I have to wonder if there was something cooking up under the books. But surely, Major, this is just a normal thing, and we have just reached a point where it's kind of like, no, I would like the company to continue to grow and spread its wings and further invent and innovate without me being there. We want new blood to take over the helm and do things for completely good, noble, and innocent reasons.
So not like stealing tips from Amazon Flex drivers.
No, actually, that was not what I had in mind. Surely not this.
Pretty convenient timing, if you ask me.
I mean, the FTC may want to know what happened to them, but
not necessarily splitting up a whole bunch of people who decided to unionize and spreading them to different offices so that they can't work together. Surely that wasn't a thing that happened.
I mean, are you serious? Because this was also given to me today. Like Amazon just recently busted up a.
Surely not. But lies and slander, they didn't do that across your desk. What reason would there be for a person who already made billions of dollars during a pandemic to take money away from people? Sure, it's all, you make it sound like they took money away from people that work for them just so that they can keep it.
Oh my goodness.
That's exactly what happened.
But no, surely this is not. I mean, not from like Josephus Bezos. Would this be happening?
Oh, I like that.
Jethro Bezos.
Josephus Bezos. There you go. That one.
Oh man. Well, I mean, I hope he enjoys a new position. Obviously, no. I mean, I imagine this is hearsay speculation. I don't know. I mean, it looks very official. I mean, I trust Vice, and now that we have proper people working within the federal government. I trust the FTC. But I mean,
yeah.
You know what? Yeah, I just got something I just got that fire extinguisher from Amazon today. So I mean, that they're clearly on the up and up. I've still not received my new sneakers I ordered. So clearly Amazon is better than Shoe Carnival. But
yeah, true.
So, something, I imagine that this conversation went, hey, something, you're about to step into a new role and there's going to be all sorts of things waiting for you when you get there. You should take a vacation before you come back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And immediately walks into the front door with the FBI just sitting there lounging and be like, sir, can we have a word?
I explicitly went on vacation to avoid this.
Be like Agent Coulson waiting there. Agent Wu.
And he come in there walking like Agent. And he come in the building walking there like Agent 47.
Not Agent. Now if you see Agent 47, it's too late.
I mean, do you not see this man?
I mean,
I feel like looking at this picture, it's already too late.
I mean, my man's got all he needs is like the suit, the red tie, and the gloves.
And the barcode. Can't forget the barcode.
And the barcode on his neck.
Or who's to say that's not what he already comes to work in and he just took out a person and put this on to blend in because it is Amazon. Think about it. Jeff Bezos could be Agent 47.
I think we've already spoken too much.
That's where those tips are going, to the coins.
Yep. Wouldn't that be something though? Him being the inspiration for all the games as we know it?
I doubt that because again, we've shown the before picture.
True. Okay, just the most recent.
That dude went from Q to Agent 47. It's crazy.
Oh.
He literally did.
If we ever see Agent 47 and Bezos in the same room,
bruh,
that would be a great cover for like him to be Agent 47 full time. It's like, man, the assassin must have killed Bezos. He just walked out. Oh man, are we gonna be TTT and I? Is that what this is? Anywho, hey. So remember last week when I briefly mentioned a Linux issue that I knew would not get a play on this show, even though I love Linux and think people who use Linux should really protect themselves. Yeah, that bug, that Sudo bug, I just briefly mentioned at the end of the show, it's on Macs now. Still. And it's not been fixed yet.
For those of us who are not in the world of tech and in the world of Linux in particular, let's talk about that sudo command for a minute. Can we talk about it?
Oh, yes.
What does sudo mean?
I will love doing it. So sudo allows normal users to be able to execute root or administrative commands. So, there's like there's a level of security, little line of security. It's like, hey, I can do whatever I want up until the point I'm about to do system level shit. Like, I don't know, deleting the entire file system, rm space dash fv, rm space dash rf space slash. Don't do that. Especially don't do that with sudo. Just don't do that. Don't ever do that. Please.
And today's particular lesson for today is that sudo is actually an acronym, a lot like words like scuba and laser. This particular one just means super user do.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Right? So that means unlimited cosmic powers, itty bitty computing space.
For a particular user. Not every user has access to
shout
that.
Shout out the hand clap of praise to Sin for that Aladdin joke.
Oh, I definitely missed that.
You missed it.
That was just, I was like,
that was gold.
I feel bad.
So yeah, that's what sudo does. It gives you if you are not one, it gives you the ability to put in a command like Linux said that just goes, hey, do all the things. Now, here's the thing that some of y'all might not know. Linux, obviously, because of the name of the channel, is Major's favorite system. But your favorite Macintosh book, that whole OS, is built on Unix. For those of you who do not know, both Linux and Unix use a very similar set of commands. If you go into the little command prompt there, which means, for the most part, if you can do it on a Linux computer, you can probably do it on a Mac computer from the command line. So if you can sudo in your Linux system.
So the thing is, so Unix is kind of like the top level. Linux branched off of Unix, and BSD branched off of Unix. Mac OS is kind of a version of BSD.
And so that's where we are.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm just like, y'all, there's a lot of things that, although they do implement some stuff in a different way, there's a lot of core stuff that they share. Mm-hmm. So if you see, like, Sudo is one of those, this is just Unix in general type of stuff. Mm-hmm. And that's why it's not fun, because people are just like, oh, look at you, it's happening in your weird little corner because you're a Linux user. And it's like, haha, watch it come out for Mac next week.
Yep.
You thought you were safe.
Fun fact. The reason why I moved mostly to Mac is because of the fact that it's so similar to Linux. So yeah, when I saw that come out.
And also, while we're here, just as a reminder for everybody, Linux isn't, not Linux, but Macs aren't virus proof.
They're not.
Let me just go ahead and say that again. They're not virus proof. The truth of the matter is, the only reason why, compared to Windows, Macs did not have as many people doing viruses because no one was checking for them.
No.
No.
I'm
sorry, go ahead, Kev.
No, I'm just saying, like, Macs have a small install base.
Yeah, that's
because
it.
If you're writing viruses, for viruses, you want to be on the attach base to cover everybody. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's always like a mad like scramble for like municipalities to switch over operating systems, because it's like, hey, this thing's gonna lose security updates. Get to the next OS, that kind of thing, because people are like, ooh, viruses like, ooh, Windows 7 machines that are not going to be well supported after a while come to Papa, like that kind of thing. So Macs are not necessarily secure. They just have a small install base.
So it's not worth it.
And it's not worth it. But that don't mean brothers won't do it.
I mean, it's not that people do it. It's like for the reasons that y'all mentioned. That's why I'm like, because no one's checking for y'all. No one's checking for y'all because
that check. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. When I say check, as in not that people don't or wouldn't, but rather like when we're looking for how many people could I like ruin a day for in most places, including government facilities, it's kind of like, oh, y'all still running Windows like NT. Okay, well let's just go ahead and build viruses for this thing. And you want to know what? I guarantee you that somewhere
7
Linux knows the department. Something, I'm just going to throw in this little bit of shade right here. The Department of Defense tends to run a couple of years behind when it comes to computing.
Honestly, I'm sorry. That triggered me because there's like, isn't there most of Microsoft's stuff still in use because of the government? Like, that should have been phased out a long time ago.
Y'all don't want me to talk to y'all about the standards that they use for tracking learning, childhood,
municipalities still use that. It's like you don't have to go like DOD. You could just go to Podugville City Hall. They're running all their like main deals off of like Windows 7 infrastructure. Like,
which still isn't technically that bad. Windows 7 is not bad. It's when you get to Windows XP that's an issue. Windows ME, Windows 98.
It's like,
remember how difficult it was to get benefits during the beginning of the pandemic because a lot of people were losing their jobs?
Yes.
And it was because of the fact that a lot of those computer systems were old and this pandemic has taught us a lot of things, mainly the shit that nobody was fucking ready for any of it.
Nobody was ready for that.
Let's look at Robinhood. Robinhood is the most recent example of a thing that nobody expected would happen, and it happened not because of malicious intent, but just because like, wow, shit just went tits up real quick.
Right. It's like,
That's the whole.
Nobody's ready until the run happens.
That's the
I'm
whole
sorry,
premise
Anka.
of the pandemic. But you know what? They prepared for this pandemic, but scrapped it. That's what pisses me off. But anyway, I digress.
I mean, even if the the pandemic response, sure, but I still feel like when shit hit the fan, like if it wasn't a pandemic, it was going to be something. Something was going to happen, and all the networks are going to be overloaded because everybody said, "We still have time. We still have time. We still have time." Oh shit, we don't have time now.
No,
we don't have time.
We just talk about how that is a constant thing with tech in general, or like what we'd like to call tech debt when you're doing these things. It's that time that you spend not doing something, so that by the time you finally hit that critical mass, you have to either rethink, refactor, reinstall any of that stuff. It then causes you to sink 4 times the amount of time you would have had to if you would have done the small incremental things that you needed to do when you needed to do it the first time.
and money.
That whole thing.
And money. Like
This is why I bought a Pixel.
It doesn't make sense. The thought that it'll never happen to me is so damaging. Like,
yeah, it is.
It's so damaging,
Mhm.
and
It is.
I just
You weren't prepared. The coffers were bare, and then you look up, and you're like, oh, crap, and you're just like, it's coming up to your knees now.
You would think the idea, the mere thought of it would take me twice as much time using 3 times as many resources to fix the problem than it would to, like Sin said, incrementally fix it as we go along. But no, of course not. They're gonna never do things the way they should. So
something tells me Anka is speaking from just like a very, very deep personal place right now.
Oh, this came from the heart.
It did.
I felt that for you, because I'm like, how many times have you seen like system admins who are literally like, yeah, I'm comfortable with this. Like not like I'm gonna upgrade it because my business needs it, or my corporation, my organization needs it. But I'm maintaining it because it would be more work for me. And by more work, I mean like an extra 2 weeks to implement.
This is why I'm glad I'm in Linux, because it's at a point it's like, app update? All right, cool. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah, because
Windows is horrible.
It is.
I don't even know how Mac patching is. I've yet to develop a useful Mac strategy or a Mac patching strategy at home, because like I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But like I at least pull down the Mac updates every time one's available, but that's about it.
Like I laugh. It's like to be like an Apple system admin, be like, okay, these computers are messed up, so let me go ahead and back them up and send them to Apple. Be like, just send it to Apple. Like I remember when I was working for my college, I had to like swap out all the power supplies for the library computers, all of them, Dell desktops, and I'm just like, imagine if I was working with a Mac. God, that would be like, let me call Apple and just send them back.
I mean, to be fair, at one point, so with the new M1 Max, there is no simple way to wipe the system.
Oof.
I'm not sure. Like, look, you can go back in Instagram and Twitter. It had to be about the beginning of the year, or either that to tell. No, it was like about mid-December when I did this. No, actually, it was late December. It was late December. In order for me to system wipe the Mac, I had to plug it into my MacBook, run Apple Configurator 2.
I hate Apple
wipe that
configurators.
system, and it was the weirdest thing I've ever had. It's like, who is doing this? This is so weird. Also, it's like, why did Apple ship this machine like this?
But even trying to wipe it from the recovery mode, like doing a government wipe or quote unquote government wipe, that thing took 7 hours.
Oh, I mean, that I expect that though. If you're zeroing a hard drive, yeah, that's gonna be a while. You're gonna be there for a while. You might as well just like set that at the end of the day and come back tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a zero wipe. Yeah, that makes sense. But whatever I had to do to just get a regular just system wipe for this M1 Mac was just like, this is dumb. And I felt so bad for people who didn't have a second Mac.
Yeah.
Because it literally, like, that was a part of Apple's documentation. It was like, plug it into another Mac. I was like,
What?
I'm blessed to have this MacBook, but who the fuck is like me?
Yeah. Yeah. I laugh because it make me think about when I was doing my IT studies, and you go into the networking lab, and they had like a Mac, an iMac. It's like the all-in-one iMacs, and it was just sitting there in the corner. It would just sit there in the corner, and they had it all set up, and you could just see like IT students just looking at it like the crude. So like we're like cavemen looking like how do we make this work? Like I've seen these dudes break down computers like a gunnery sergeant breaks down the AR-15, and to see like dudes just looking at a computer like
in Zoolander.
Like I don't know what this is. How do I make work? Like I don't know how to make this work.
It's like that scene in Zoolander where they were told to get the files out of the computer.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure out how to turn it on, so they ended up just like that music from 2001: A Space Odyssey was playing as they was just banging the machine, and they just threw it on the ground. So, there's no files in there.
Like Apes in the Monolith.
Yeah.
God.
Oh my god, y'all just. But yeah, look. So there's no fix for this yet. There's one that's bound to come soon, because I mean, obviously, when it was discovered on Linux, that shit was fixed that day.
Oh yeah, because they were like,
because like it's been exploitable for a while. Like it had been for a while. But yeah, they came with that fix that day. So I imagine Apple has to be coming up with something, has to be releasing a patch soon. Until then, this does not seem like it is relegated to a physical exploit. This seems like it is like, hey, if you download a thing and run it, it will fuck your shit up. So don't do that.
It's like maybe a don't.
Yeah, just don't. Just watch where you download shit.
How about no?
Yeah. On the gaming news, I love
gaming news.
I love callback. I love these callback episodes. Remember when we talked about Activision actively just denying, diversity, like putting a little bit of diversity in their little hiring pools, actually be good for them and actually trying to, sue people into not doing that? The Human Rights Campaign says that Activision, amongst other companies, is a great place to work.
Huh?
I'm gonna need you.
Huh?
No, hold on. Let's just go ahead and run this list real quick. That includes Activision Blizzard,
That's
EA,
a lie. That's a
Sony
lie.
Interactive Entertainment, GameStop, Microsoft, Apple, and Amazon.
Oh, wow. Somebody,
I don't know, Microsoft, I'll say, can be on this list. Let's ignore
these
Blacks
employers
and Xbox.
took concrete steps to establish and implement comprehensive policies, benefits, and practices to ensure greater equity for LGBTQ workers and their families.
I'm gonna be like, I just don't. I'm be like, it's like I'm thinking about like Princess Bride of like equity. That word, I don't think it means what you think it means.
The loophole. Are we prepared for this?
All right, ready.
This only
Brace.
medium to the shade. The shade. Smaller game companies or major companies outside of the US were not considered.
Yeah, somebody was paid to write this.
Yeah, somebody got cut a check.
Only medium to large size businesses in the US were considered for this list. So what you mean to tell me is y'all only went for big companies in the US to put together this raggedy ass, trash ass, y'all thought bullying was spicy ass list of people. I am so annoyed by the fact that y'all went, these are really good places to work. Fine print. Smaller businesses and businesses outside of the United States were not considered. Literally working anywhere else.
It's legit. It's like the disclaimer at the end of like the car ad for the radio, because you know you're not gonna read, because you can't read it, you can't see it. So they basically say like all terms of the plot. See the dealer for more information. Like that kind of thing. Like they have to say that. So yeah, that's pretty much what that feels. That's pretty much what that feels like.
So they typed in a bunch of lorem ipsum and then put
like I don't believe none of this. Like
lorem ipsum.
Yeah. Oh, that's a word. That is a.
I'm laughing at that,
word.
but
I
also
love
what
that
Stalker
word.
said. This constipation medicine might cause death. Excuse you, what?
Excuse you, what? Yeah. Death.
Honestly, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Like,
might cause spontaneous combustion, but
what?
See the dealer for more details.
Wait, I ain't trying to be an infernal. No.
I included this article because it mentions the article that we talked about last week about Activision. No.
Who wrote
apparently
this?
Activision. Sure, I'll accept your cookies. Damn it. Activision Blizzard says interviewing diverse candidates for every opening is unworkable. Trying to find. Oh, there we go. An update. Activision Blizzard has released the following statement from President and CEO Daniel Allegri. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Probably Allegri. Continue.
Allegri. Okay, thank you.
Allegory. We'll go with whatever.
Wow. I mean, y'all get him. We will like be disrespectful to your names if you're out here being disrespectful to living human beings.
Oh yeah, we definitely will be.
Sorry.
I have zero respect for y'all. Fuck you.
Aloe vera.
Avocado. Yep.
Aurora Borealis.
Aurora Borealis. Love it.
Hey, it goes with Activision Blizzard. AB, hey.
Yeah.
Activision Blizzard is committed to inclusive hiring practices and creating a diverse workforce. It is essential to our mission. Vice completely mischaracterized the SEC filing made by our outside attorneys. In fact, our hiring practices are rooted in ensuring diversity for all roles. We engage in this aggressively and successfully. Our objection was rooted in the fact that the AFL-CIO proposal failed to adequately consider how to apply these practices in all of the countries we operate in. So they're saying that, we do it. It's just that, they didn't say how we're supposed to do it in all the countries.
Their solution is to hire an urban department lead.
Wait, what? Did I just like, huh? What? Wait.
Do you want to run that by me one more time?
Yeah, was that a joke?
It was. Because they always...
Look, I started scrambling.
I was about to say.
It was a joke.
Like, hold up.
It took me a while to come back.
That's what they always. I'm just kidding. I see it in a bunch of.
Are you wrong though?
She's
not
wrong.
The answer is no.
No.
You are never wrong.
No, I'm not wrong. That's the sad part.
They didn't inform us step by step worldwide, so we clearly couldn't follow through. Makes sense. Checks out. So yeah. Top companies work for LGBTQ equality.
Because you know what the T is on this one for me. Y'all are so willing to come out here and be like, we were mischaracterized. I don't know. It sounds like you were direct quoted to me.
You said it with your whole chest. You took pen and paper in hand, and you wrote this, press statement.
That's not what we meant.
That's not what you. That's not what you meant.
That's not. What
Look at the receipt. This you?
No.
Is this you?
Is
this you?
It's my evil twin. You see the mustache?
Is this you?
It's my evil twin. You see the mustache? Sir, you also have a mustache. No, I don't.
You said this at your TED Talk when we could have TED Talks.
Again, evil twin.
No, it wasn't even an evil twin. They just looked at you and said, "Y'all have the same mustache. Mind your business."
Has anybody seen my razor?
Like, yeah, I'm
Not the
literally like,
keyboard.
as soon as you said Activision, I was like, this is all a lie. EA, like maybe PlayStation, and maybe Microsoft.
This is 90s Space Ghost. You looking for 2021 and Agent 47?
He's living that Baron Strucker life.
Oh my goodness. All right, next up, MLB The Show 2021 is coming out, and I am excited.
Ooh,
Well, because I haven't played a baseball game in a long time. And any other time I would not be talking about baseball. But the reason why I'm talking about baseball now... Oh, no. Oh, is it not in here? I could have sworn it was. Hold on.
It is in here. It's
It is.
Fernando
Yes, there we
Tatis Jr.
No. I have no idea who that is. But, no, I'm bringing this to you guys because this is the first PlayStation game coming to Xbox.
What?
I'm sorry, what now?
What?
They spoke it into existence a couple of years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And now, or it had to have been last year. I think it was last year. I think they said it last year. But now it is coming to fruition. MLB The Show 21 will be out on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S.
So
why did it have to be a baseball
game?
game?
Have a sports game to yourself?
Why? I have none. I don't really rock with baseball like that. Nothing against the sport. I just don't. I'm just not interested. But why did it have to be baseball? I just. Okay. All right, Sony.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Xbox doesn't have a baseball game. They got every other sport, but they did not have baseball. So,
which is wild.
But is it though?
Look, Anka, more people play baseball do you think they do?
I know.
I enjoy the occasional baseball.
Occasional, exactly. Occasional.
I enjoy it.
Maybe I would like to play this on my Xbox.
I'm like the only baseball anything that I care about is Ace of the Diamond, and I don't really care about anything else other than that. I thought it was going to be Major Second or Big Windup, but it was like, yeah, Ace of the Diamond is pretty much the GOAT of baseball animes.
And a follow-up to this, this was announced yesterday. Jackie Robinson is gracing the cover of MLB The Show 21's Collector's Edition.
Nice.
So
that's good.
Hand clap praise for that.
That's real good.
Maybe I will pick this one up. I will pick up the Xbox version with Jackie Robinson on. It would be nice, and I don't. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to see. The nations will establish Celebrate Jackie. PlayStation and San Diego studio are happy to announce that PlayStation will donate $1 to the Jackie Robinson Foundation for every MLB The Show 20 collector's edition sold in the U.S., including the Jackie Robinson edition, the Jackie Robinson Deluxe edition, and the digital deluxe edition from where pre-orders open through December 31st. So that was one thing I didn't read throughout the entire article, so it's good to see that if you were to pick up the collector's edition, that could have just easily been to exploit a prominent figure in the African American community. They actually are doing something with this. Because, like, obviously, when I saw Jackie Robinson, are they doing another Kobe? Is this the Mamba Forever edition again? Are we doing this? But it seems like this is Sony wants that right off. I mean, again, like there is that, but again, like they could have just done nothing. And I mean, it's that thing of like, could they do more? Yes, but they are doing something. So, hey, you know how Google just stops things randomly for no reason whatsoever?
And I oop.
Stadia is shutting down their game studios, and Jade Raymond is out.
Oh, I didn't think they were shutting them down. I thought they were just like, wow, I misread that. Yeah.
Now, is Jade Raymond from Naughty Dog?
Ubisoft, if I'm not mistaken. She's been
Oh,
Ubisoft
right,
for a
Ubisoft.
long time.
Yeah. Ubisoft.
So yeah, the game streaming platform Google Stadia is making a big change, announcing that it will no longer develop games. So yet another developer that does not want to develop games for Stadia. I cannot take credit for that joke. I saw that on Twitter earlier.
But wasn't that their whole purpose? Okay.
Yeah.
No. What was that?
Wasn't that their whole purpose though? Like,
whose whole purpose?
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I'm just be quiet.
No,
never.
We're gonna work through this.
never be quiet, Anka.
Because again, you may have the same questions people in the audience have and cannot answer or won't ask.
Tell the audience.
We are not doing that, Anka. No. Follow up.
Let's work through this.
Yes.
So, my whole understanding of Stadia was that they were just this pioneering thing of you can play all these games without having to have a console.
Right.
So, but now they're pulling away from that.
No.
Okay, so the whole thing was they did want to pioneer like the whole, hey, we want to have like a thing where you could just like directly stream video games or what have you and do it in like the super high quality stuff, like very like low loading times, really high quality and everything else. However, alongside that, they were partnering with video game companies and they had their own little internal studio to develop Stadia exclusive games.
Yeah. Like how Naughty Dog would do for PlayStation and so basically their own internal studio.
For Microsoft now.
Yeah, Bethesda does for Microsoft now.
And so they basically went, making video games and trying to make them good quality and in a decent amount of time is a little bit more than we thought it was going to be. So we're just going to stop doing that and let these other companies that we have that are using our platform do that. We're going to focus on just making like the high quality game streaming platform, and we're pulling away from the part where we make games.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Better to buy exclusives than to make exclusives.
So they're just essentially going to become a host for other people.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they're just a console.
Right.
It's like having a PlayStation, Xbox, or a Switch, but they're not making games for that platform.
Right. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Or essentially a PC. Like I don't see NZXT making games.
Right.
They're trying to make sure their cases don't catch on fire.
And they're doing a bad job at that, so apparently not. But it would be like if Nintendo said, we're just going to make the consoles, but we're going to stop making games.
Right.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they don't have enough faith in their own product to turn around a profit. So just
the thing is,
games through us.
There's something to be said about their planning for this. It's not necessarily the ability to turn a profit, but it's profit versus time.
Yeah, like I don't think they understood that. Oh wait, we can't just crank out games like this. So we can't just sit here we can't sit here and just develop a game and not have it be available on this platform. Like, I don't know if they came up later on and said, all right, we did this in secret and we made a game and here it goes. Or I don't know if they developed, actually probably did. It probably didn't take them that long to develop the technology. So then they had to quickly go find some developers. Like, hey, y'all want to make a game for this thing? Cool. Oh wait, it's taking long. Okay, you know what?
TAC, that is correct. The time and monetary investment was bigger than they thought it would be. Now, that being said, the shade on that, can we talk about it? Because the shade of being literally Google with the access to all that information and the ability for like you are the hub of information across the planet, except for maybe a small pocket of people in Australia, and yet you couldn't figure out that making games takes money and time.
And you have the resources, but yet it's like
people
you're
are
not
on
getting
Google going, how do I make games?
right. You're
So I
like
think
you're
this is-
expecting.
I think
You're
this is the
expecting-
first time that they've had to do that kind of in public. Like people were watching them do it. Any other
Right.
Google product, it's like they're developing it in secret. It's like, hey, we're launching this product. As opposed to a dev is like, well, we've got this platform, so what are you making for it? It's not like everybody was watching the internet and waiting for Google to make search or Gmail or AdSense. Like they just, hey, we've got this service. You should use it.
But I mean, to be fair to everybody else who's asking a question, Google just, like you said, they made those a secret. Google wasn't telling people they were making Gmail. They just made Gmail.
Right.
Like they literally could have said, hey, we have a platform for hosting games. They didn't have to tell people they had a game studio.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. That's what happens when you hire people like Phil Harrison, Jade Raymond, like people in the gaming industry where people are now looking at you.
Big names.
Like we knew that's what they were going to do.
Big names.
Or we hope they did. They did. They created one game, and I think it was Guilt.
Right. It's like when Miyamoto and like Yeast were like sitting up there like awkwardly holding those things because they were doing a collaboration with Ubisoft to make Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. That was a big deal. Like the game itself is kind of like okay, but it was a big deal to see Nintendo.
Don't disparage Mario plus Rabbids.
I'm not
That was a great
disparaging
game.
it.
That was a great.
Yeah,
that was a beautiful game. Chef's kiss.
I'm not really like disparaging it, but I am saying like it just did sell as it kind of fell off and it didn't really sell that well, but it was a good
It's
game.
because people didn't appreciate art.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that form of collaboration where it's like, yo, like Miyamoto, this godlike developer who's responsible for so many great franchises under Nintendo is working with Ubisoft, and then you look over like the architect of the game in the crowd crying because Miyamoto named him, like gave him a shout out. Like the level of that quality of like, oh my god, that pressure to make a good game, that kind of level. And so when Google says we're making games with big peoples in it, people are going to notice that. People are going to be like, yo, Jade Raymond, you know, like big names. Like when you name these people, they're like, oh shit, that's a big deal.
Granted, I've been hearing bad things about Phil Harrison. Apparently, everywhere he goes, things die.
Oh yeah.
But I still can't blame them. That's a Google thing to me. I will never blame Phil Harrison for that. It's like, no, that's Google. Google could have did that on their own. They didn't need him.
Google could have did that, man. Yeah, Google could have did
Phil
that.
Harrison for that.
They literally could have just been like, hey yo, we want to make this game and make it. That's it. We want to make a game and do it.
To be clear, Google Stadia is still there. They're just not making games for their platform anymore.
Right.
But it's not to say that, you know, a lot of, like, one thing I hope that these developers, they do find jobs. Maybe they'll go and create their own studios. And because they have this knowledge of how Stadia works, maybe we'll actually see some games from these smaller studios and stuff like that once they get established. It'd be nice to see it. Also, and I think somebody mentioned this in a stream of mine earlier this week. It will be interesting if like Nintendo or somebody picked it up. If Google licensed the Stadia tech and put it like on Switch games, that way we can actually play these AAA big budget video games on a Switch, being powered through Stadia.
That would be cool because currently there are some games that I hear that have been dabbling with the whole like stream edition.
Yeah, I forget.
And I think Control is one.
Yeah, Control is one. I think Resident Evil is one, right?
Yeah, Village is going to be that. Village is going to be on the Switch. It's going to be a stream game. But I think it was another game that was coming out that also
I forget what it was.
I think because I definitely know Control, but I can't remember the other game that they had mentioned. Because most of those big games have been like ported down to the Switch already.
So Control and Hitman 3 are two of them.
Right, that's it. Hitman 3. Yeah.
I want to say there's another one, but I do. Maybe if I click it, maybe this Verge article will tell me what the other one is.
So I can definitely see Stadia Tech with Nintendo. With the Switch. That would be a really good thing. We get it to work. Switch's netcode. Here's hoping.
Yeah, I want to say it's Resident Evil, but this article doesn't say what the other one is. You know what? It may be Resident Evil 7, but I think it's only available in Japan.
Excuse me, sorry. My bad.
Yep. Capcom is bringing Resident Evil 7 to Switch by streaming it. This was almost 2 years ago.
What?
It's a Japan-only release.
Oh.
You said they're bringing it to Switch?
It is on Switch already, but in Japan.
Oh.
As a streaming-only title. So, they were doing this for a while.
Mm.
Control and Hitman 3 are the two that are available outside of Japan, so everybody's able to play those via a streaming client on the Switch. So, again, there's plenty of opportunity. They've only done it for 3 games. Who's to say that they couldn't partner with someone like Google Stadia to actually, hey, if you want to stream these other ones, get the Stadia client and you can do it here. But then again, I almost feel like Nintendo does not want to miss out on that income. So I don't know. I mean, Google and Nintendo could work something out,
They could work out a revenue split. Yeah. That'd be fine.
All right. I know that we've kind of put a moratorium on Cyberpunk, but it's.
Nah, we can speak on it. It's fine.
Well, not for those reasons. Only because I'm just tired of talking about it. But
fair.
Too much shit. Too much.
Yeah, there's too many things going wrong with it. But this one was important to mention. Cyberpunk 2077 mods can compromise your PC.
Oh, whoa. Oh.
I'm crying. First of all, mods? Question mark?
So, yes, mods for a broken game. So that we look, if you can't wait for us to fix it, you can fix it your damn self, motherfucker.
Also Bethesda games.
I was watching a video today from Digital Foundry where, look, I was watching a video today from Digital Foundry, which came out 2 weeks ago. Again, I'm behind. But was watching a video where they covered a Skyrim mod for the PlayStation 5 that gets it to go to 60 FPS.
Ooh.
The game out of the box does not do it, but you can get a mod to make it go to 60 on a PS5.
When I tell you.
So again, what I said, hey, if you don't like how the rate in which we're doing this, fix it your damn self.
Yep.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yes, Sid.
Oh, Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Sin is drawing strength. He's channeling his energy.
Put the arms up like the spirit bomb.
He's adjusting the mic.
Lend me your energy.
Getting the webcam right.
If you use mods on your PC, it has the potential to put a number of things on your hard drive in relative danger. I cannot save an 8 megabyte save file on the base game you made out the box on this bitch. And you want me to be concerned about a mod. You had multiple companies had to go, we're going to have to back up off that funding and remove your game from our app listings because of the way you fucked this up. But you are concerned and said to issue a warning about a fucking mod.
Dude,
get the entire fuck out of here.
To be fair, this is on the PC though. To be fair, this is on the PC though.
Dude, your game,
the best version.
Your game breaks.
Like, okay, but here's the thing.
You worry about mods? Fuck out of here.
Like, basically, your game breaks the system, but also, here's the other thing, too. High key, low key, medium key. That barely covers your ass because absolutely zero people who are into modding their games like that aren't aware of that danger. Every single person who mods a game is aware of the fact that it could fuck shit up on your computer across the board if you do it wrong. For everything.
The Sims community knows this fact.
So it's not.
Sims knows, Skyrim knows, Stardew knows.
Yes,
but I think they're So I think like for those, like those are very specific things. I think this one, like, no, if you enable just mods, period, even if you're not running anything, something can fuck up your shit. Like, I feel like
let me stop you right there. There's a difference between you've been made aware of a vulnerability in external DLL files the game uses, which can be used to execute code on PCs. Hold. So you mean to tell me, never minding, right, the fact that you put in a whole ass scene that could trigger a seizure, never minding the fact that I can't save 8 megabytes on this thing, you mean to tell me that a feature you built into the fucking game, not something I put in here, but something that you built in here, if I just slip that, like, click the little side and just go tink and do absolutely nothing else, people can log into my computer and execute commands on this bitch?
The fan was not enough. Ladies and gentlemen, sit and walk away. For the audio listeners, we have to let you know.
Yeah, Sin has walked away from the camera. It's like that.
So that's the thing. Like, I know that people who are running mods, like, they are aware of those dangers.
We are 96 hours into Black History Month. Like, this unseasoned nonsense.
Something tells me like Sin has a clock just out of frame that just counts up.
Told you, it's like Stack of Pentecost. It's like the war clock.
But yeah, like that. But that's the thing. Like you mentioned, other games have mods, and like, yeah, people are aware that anything you can apply, anything that you install to it to mod the game can possibly fuck it up. It's the fact that Cyberpunk felt that he said, look, okay, we know of that, but hey, there's more. That's what gets me. That's what gets me about this.
It's like, oh, the game breaks it, but mods could also break it too. So
this game is the most cyberpunk of cyberpunk games. This game is turning into a meta commentary. What if they just, like, at this point, I'm just expecting them to come out and say, look, we didn't meant for it this way. This is art. This is what we ultimately wanted to say about Cyberpunk. Mike Pondsmith is going to come out and say, this is how I wanted this game to be. You are all experiencing Cyberpunk now, whether you're playing the game or not. This is Cyberpunk 2077.
Here's my little hot take on Cyberpunk 2077. And the way I feel is this: this game was going to be a 7. This game was going to be a 7.5 out of 10 because the level of what they promised was not going to happen, was way past a Rockstar, because Rockstar does these kind of things. They make these kind of experiences simply because Rockstar is Rockstar, and Rockstar going to do games like that. Now, in order for a Rockstar to get to an ability to get to that level, they have a long, illustrious pedigree of making some bangers, because they've made bangers for a long time. You could start with 3 and work your way up. That is how it works. Now, with CD Projekt Red, they don't really have that many bangers on there, with the exception of one series, and that series is good. But the level, every time I see the Night City Wire, every time I seen an update or whatever, a press release, I looked at that game as that game is going to be 7.5 out of 10, 8 at the most. People were going to be mad because the game was not as like awe-inspiring and great as it was going to be. It just so happened. What happened was a whole shit show of the game literally imploding on itself and people losing their collective minds because this game is not functional. It's not lackluster, and I would have rather if we had at least quote unquote a lackluster game where it's like, it's fun for a couple hours. I moved on. We enjoy it. We go about our business. But it's literally the game don't work. It's like the game don't work and it's possibly lag. And when they got through it, they're like, oh, it's really great. It's really good. Probably good at 8 out of 10. 8.5 at the highest. But because the game broke, it don't broke. Because again, they promised too much and they over delivered. They were gonna Peter Molyneux this shit. They were going to Peter Molyneux it. It was going to be an okay game, pretty good game, but it just so happens the literal lies and deceit and broken game and blocky physics and rampant bugs and assets not loading in truly fucked a probably good game into oblivion simply because they lie. So that's my little hot take. It was not going to be a good game. It was not going to be a great, awe-inspiring game. It wasn't going to be Uncharted 4. It wasn't going to be Last of Us Remastered. It wasn't going to be God of War. It wasn't going to be Breath of the Wild. It was going to be an okay game. It was going to be an okay game with okay themes, and there was and a whole bunch of controversy, because rightly so controversy, and that was it. And then it would fade into existence. People would be disappointed, and it would make a whole bunch of like mad lists, and that's about it. And people would have been mad because you Cyberpunk, and that would have been it. The fans would have been mad as it happens, and that's how it goes. But that's my little hot take. It was gonna be a good game. It was a good game. No, it was an okay game turned bad. And that's my little hot take.
Yeah, it was okay. Somehow though, I beat that game twice. That's what makes me so mad. That's really what makes me mad. It's like, this game wasn't the best. I did enjoy my time with it, but I beat it twice. And I don't know how to feel about that. Are you ready for some football?
I'm good.
I almost forgot Super Bowl was coming up. But...
Oh no! Oh, see, okay, Anka won't get this because the college she went to did not have a football team. But yes, I was talking about college football.
The disrespect! Wait a minute, sir.
We have football. I'm just kidding. I don't really care. I don't care.
So, for those who do not know, I went to A&T. Anka went to the university down the street.
Put some respect on my alma mater.
Look, I didn't want to put you on blast. That's why I didn't say it.
I don't care. You better.
Okay. Well, so she went to UNCG while I went to the illustrious North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University in Greensboro, North Carolina. Aggie Pride. But our school had a football team. Whether they were good or not, it doesn't matter because when
they weren't. But
at least we had one.
And your basketball team sucks. Okay, we're not gonna do that. Okay, sorry.
Shots have been exchanged.
Yeah, let's see UNCG and the BIAC. Let's go. Also, the fact that our football team has won championships. Thank you. Lately.
But
Lately.
So you know
Liquid.
something? This is where Kevin and I just sit here to the side and we eat our food and we let these miscreants scrap.
I'm gonna be sitting here drinking my drink like Candy Burrish. Hold up.
You
You
would
know
think
something?
you would think that we
gag
knew each other
is-
from college, but
I'm
no.
just going to a toast to Kevin.
Cheers.
Man, I wish I was on camera today, but I can't. But listen, y'all. It's not that deep, but
It's not-
USG was there first. Anyway,
Oh.
Okay.
Kevin once again.
Again, it's not about who gets there first, it's who does it best. Thank you.
listen. Okay, USCG started out as a women's college. For those of you that don't know, so therefore it would not have had a football team.
Could have got one, but you know.
But you know they weren't gonna do that.
Anywho, EA is bringing college football back to the hands of the gamers. So for those who swore by those college football games, hey, it's coming back. You want to have a choice of football games to play, all of which are from EA. But here we go.
You know,
Yeah.
I really thought all the football games were just Madden, and that was it. But,
No, at one point there were college football games.
Wow.
Yeah. There were college football games. Yeah, I remember those.
Wow. Yeah, I don't remember any of those.
There's no date as to when it's coming back, but yeah. Apparently EA, NCAA, they figured out a way to make money off of the players without actually paying the players. So
Oh, wow. Nothing new. Wow.
yeah. I mean, of course, you knew they were going to play these. You know they were going to pay them.
They already don't pay them, right?
Nope.
Exactly. That's
Get a
so
free
stupid.
education. That's it. If that.
Wow. That's really dumb. But okay, I digress.
More stock news, this time from the GameStop aspect of it. After GameStop share price plummets, Reddit's Wall Street bets investors are hurting. And how much you want to bet is the people who decided to get onto it when, you know, it was already on its meteoric rise just before Reddit cut it off.
I've been like, sell. Sell.
Again, Negrodamus strikes again. Yep.
I mean, it's one of those things like, I think this is something that we all kind of noted here, and it's something that every black person knows. Y'all can't let the not rich people have things.
Yes.
They literally called the federal government in to be like, please make it stop. The not rich people are getting things.
Control those people.
Now, that being said, but also, we knew that they had that whole thing under wraps in 24 hours because they were literally like, hey, y'all can't buy anymore, so you can't create any more demand than you already have. Although, I do want to say something about...
It had to take them longer because I think they were buying this stock. They were buying this stock for a while before everybody caught on to it.
So there was that. And then it's not like there is any more supply than there was for these stocks. However, and this is the important part here, there are some people who are just like, well, it's $500. It could possibly be like, y'all, listen, y'all don't have money to throw away like that, okay?
Exactly.
Once again, y'all are like the sad poor people TM. Y'all don't have that. Like, y'all, if y'all can't pay your car insurance, you shouldn't have been buying the stock.
And that was the thing that was getting me when I put those tweets up last week, and people were like, well, they shouldn't have done it. Like, what if it goes higher? It's like, y'all are already overvaluing a company. Like, do y'all not understand that when this shit falls, like, y'all say, like, let me be free. Okay, let you be free. I'm fucking broke.
When we tell you this was when you tell you that GameStop was a bad bet, like, see, I thought they were gonna do the whole pump and dump, you know, like buy up as much like stock, like do a coordinated push, buy up as much stock as they can, which would inflate the price and then sell at the high episode.
That is what happened for some people. There are success stories. There are success stories that came out of that where people were able to pay for bills. People paid off car notes, home notes, student loan debt. Some guy donated switches to his children's hospital. Like
that's awesome.
there are legit success stories from this. But like this article here is specifically talking about those who got on that train too late.
Yes.
So it's like if they bought it at that last second, they would have had to have immediately sold it.
Right.
Yep.
They couldn't wait.
Right.
Nope.
They're not like everybody else who bought it at like $10 a share. And it's like, okay, you know, I can let go of this whenever I want. And it's essentially like people like fucking Ja Rule, again, and it brings up that whole video about with Dave Chappelle. Like nobody give a shit what Ja Rule thinks, but Ja Rule weighed in and said like, hold the line. Okay, and you saw what happened when you did that.
Mm-hmm. Hold. Yep. He held all right.
And it's the thing too. It's like, okay, this initially started because people wanted to get at, like the initial people wanted to get at the hedge fund managers, these hedge funds companies. Mm-hmm. That was no longer the case when the damn stock was almost $500. Well, nobody in their right mindset are trying to be in that shit.
Right. Here's how the game is supposed to work. The game is supposed to work where rich people lose money and you gain money. That's how it's supposed to work. So that way, when you get people sweating to try to get this stock, then you be like, you gonna get the stock at my price, and then you gonna take a bath on it when this thing goes left. I'm gonna sell out and gets my money.
Basically, it's the giant game of hot potato with money that people barely have.
Right. Mm-hmm. And like that was my whole argument. Is like y'all again, it's not to sit there and call people stupid, but it's like, okay, y'all making a dumb decision because y'all putting money in that y'all probably don't have. Okay, you may have $400 in the bank right now, but you don't know what the fuck is gonna happen tomorrow.
Well, I mean, there are some people.
It's the whole reason why I didn't buy an Xbox yet. I don't know if I'm gonna need $500 tomorrow.
There are a lot of people who got. Well, there are some people who got in and they knew what. The thing is for me about this is one thing if you get into it and you are aware of the risk that's involved, and never minding the headline because quite honestly, we love sensationalism a little bit too much, so I'm not going to do all that. However, there are probably just as many people who got into this because they saw people talking about it and were aware of like. Oh, they're just we're doing this for the memes or to stick it to the man, but didn't realize what they were going to get out of this going into it.
Exactly.
And again, it's these people that I'm the most concerned about because in all of these things where you have a whole bunch of people who are waging wars with money, you get people who don't necessarily have it like that getting involved here, and it possibly hurts them.
And this is why I said last week, what Robinhood did was wrong. Again, now that we have more information, they did what they had to do. They should have told somebody why they did it. But again, going back to the original argument, I'm not saying that what Robinhood did was right, but they did so because there are people who were making reckless decisions on top of the fact that they just couldn't afford to do it.
Right.
So it's like, honestly, it's a company saving people from themselves in a way. I said it yesterday, I'll say it again today. People are fucking dumb. Humans are stupid.
Yes. But the pandemic has not really like amplified that fact. People are dumb.
Yeah, like don't matter if you were the smartest person in the world with the highest IQ, you are still fucking stupid. You are human, you make errors, you are stupid. Acknowledge that shit, internalize it, be okay with it. It's nothing wrong with you. Just know that that's just human. You are human. You were going to make a mistake. A lot of people were doing that, and now they're paying the price for it. I feel sorry for them. I feel really bad for them because they got caught into this. But
well, I mean, that depends on the person, really. Because here's the other. I want to say here on a lot of levels. Can I just like be super real about this whole stock thing?
Please.
Like on a deep level, there was a lot of this for me. It's the same. I feel the same way about most of these, government battles between like the bipartisan stuff, where I'm like, you want to know what? there's a lot to be said about whatever's happening here, but honestly, that is y'all's discussion and arguments to have. I'm just sitting here on the brunch table from the VIP balcony, sipping my mimosa and going, let these fucking miscreants scrap. That is exactly what they get. That is not, like, there's a difference between me doing that, because that's how I feel about this, and me walking my goofy ass downstairs and deciding to get involved in a fight that I don't know any of y'all. Because low key,
like I enjoyed that Thursday. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? I enjoyed it because it's like, y'all go ahead and fight this shit. Like, I'm just gonna sit here and do my work and do other things, and I'll see how this pans out. It won't affect me in the least.
And this is how. I'll continue, Kevin.
No, I'm just saying, like, I was literally like Ken Watanabe in Godzilla. I was like, let them fight. I was like, that was it.
I mean, like, just for me, a lot of just felt like I'm just bystanding, because here's the truth of that situation. While we're over here talking about it, let me just remind everybody that the other people on the other side from Wall Street are from Reddit. And that is known in a lot of cases to be a, like, racist, sexist, ableist cesspool of things. So it's like one of those. Both of y'all are some raggedy bitches. However, on the side of the eat the rich thing, it feeds that part of my soul. So I'm just over here to be like, get her. I don't like your ass, but get her because I don't like you. And then just sitting there and just being like, you know something, we'll go ahead and take like another round of mimosas for the table while we watch what was happening here. And then like also at the same time, me watching people at the lobby walking outside and getting involved in a fight. And I'm just like, oh, bitch, you didn't have to go out there like that. They're about to beat your ass.
It's like it's literally like watching like Gordon Gekko getting his ass beat by like Bobby Axelrod. Like it's like watching like it's like old school like 80s greed to like new school.
Like we watched Floyd Mayweather beat the sleeve off of like Conor McGregor. I'm not a fan of either of these people, but I really dislike Conor McGregor.
Yeah. Right. It's like we're more on the side of someone getting their ass beat. Like it was like it kind of reminds me of like I think it was like Joe the Olympics, I think 38 Olympics. And it was like Joe Louis going up against Max Schreimer. And Max Schreimer was like fighting for Germany. Now 38, you probably wondered 38, that is like that was the start of pretty much Nazi Germany. And so my man was literally fighting for Hitler. So not literally actually fighting for Hitler. And so Joe Louis, being a black man and an American, you had more people who were like, I despise this black man. But you know who I hate more?
That Nazi though.
Nazis. So it's like watching this black man absolutely destroy this man in 1938 in front of Hitler, and then watching Hitler just being pressed at this man just getting wrecked by this black guy, this quote unquote inferior race. And I'm like, I'm like, yo. And then it was like, yep. But it's like,
But no, the next day there was a propaganda poster up about us at that point.
Right.
I mean, like, I just like it's one of those like I can't like you in public like that, and I need you to understand this. But also, like for today, for today, I'm here for you. Beat the sleeves off of them, please and thank you.
Be like, I don't respect you, but get them. I'm not investing, but get them.
So some of the people who did get wrapped up into this, I do feel sorry, but for the most, they knew what they were doing. Again, hey, I ain't gonna sit there get in front of your freedoms. So hopefully you'll understand. Like it's the whole thing with people shouting First Amendment. One, you're shouting that about a private company who does not have to abide by that. Two, you should face repercussions for your actions. Just because you have the freedom to say it doesn't mean that I'm gonna have to like what you say. So if I punch you in the face because you said it, hey, that's on you. You didn't have to say it. You just chose to, and you dealt with me not liking it.
And I hope that we, like, there are some things to be taken from this, but I do want to throw in, just as a note here, right? The object lesson that we need to take away from here, which is this: there's a lot of stuff to be said about what we're going to be seeing people do over the next couple of years, especially now that like certain things are starting to move, and as like the people on the ground continue to do the work that they have been to make sure that people stay aware of things and that we hold people accountable, in positions of power for doing things. When these people start fighting each other over these things, trying to like claim seats of power, and it all blows up in their face, honestly, we already have work to do. We need to mind our business and just let them fight.
Yep.
Let them fight. And when the dust clears, we can keep moving right along past their like broken bodies lying on both sides of the street. That's none of my business. If y'all want to fight about who's the richest person over here that ends up causing corporations to crumble so that I have better access to things, I'm gonna let y'all fight and do what you do. Let me know when you're done. I have other things to worry about today.
Some of them.
Speaking of who may have the most money, apparently 4.5 million people were able to get, or actually no, let me change. Apparently 4.5 million PlayStation 5s have been sold during the holiday quarter. Now, whether or not it went to 4.5 million people definitely is another thing.
That's not a good number. If people think it is, it's not a good number. That is not a good number. I'm not saying you got to be like tens. Like, I'm not saying it's got to be like 20, 25 million, but I'm saying like 4.5 million sold in the holiday. That's not a good number.
I mean, given the fact that one, you could barely get one, or the fact that there may not be making as many because of what's going on, not only with the pandemic, but again, so somewhere in here, I'm not sure if it's in this article, but there was another article that came out saying that there's like obviously Sony's selling these things at a loss.
Yeah, they always.
I mean,
loss.
Again, rising component costs because of God knows what now, and tariffs and shit and all like that.
Yeah.
Also, the reason why graphics card prices are going through the roof, except for also the fact that cryptocurrency mining has now become a thing again, because why not?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Dogecoin?
Yeah. See, I'll buy it. See, it's the whole thing of I'm not gonna participate, but I will buy it.
I'm gonna say once again, that is very much in the area of that's real cute, but that's also none of my business. I don't need to be over there. Y'all do that. Let me know how it goes.
I can see, at least with that, I could put in $5 and like not be hurt by it. If the $5 goes away, then I'm okay. I'm not putting $100 into one thing. That's for sure.
That's fair. I can respect that.
Yeah, like I'll look for small things. Like I have I have like $5 in Bitcoin and $5 in some other cryptocurrency. I don't know. It's a thing. But yeah. So apparently we also know too why the PlayStation Network crashed a couple of weeks ago when that Village demo came out. Apparently, almost 5 million PlayStation 5 tried to download it because there ain't shit else to play.
Mm-hmm. And that big woman though.
Yes, she was confirmed to be 9 feet tall.
Yeah, 9 feet 6 inches.
Like
big
Capcom
woman.
really satisfied the thirst of the internet and gave.
I'm pretty sure they didn't, but I'm just gonna something.
No, Capcom released they released a statement or a tweet that confirmed her height.
Yep. Yeah. It's like
Capcom they said it. Nobody guessed that Capcom came out and said she was 9'6" tall.
I mean, people were already thirsting anyway because she was a big tall woman. She's a big tall woman, and but then it was just kind of like, oh, you're 9 feet tall. I was expecting like 7, a good 7.5. 9 feet, huh? Ooh, okay.
Tall vampire lady.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I don't keep up with Capcom. So what was the whole?
So apparently the new bad, or the new antagonist in the new Resident Evil game that's coming out in May, Her name is Lady Dimitrescu, according to this image I'm looking at.
Right.
She is 9'6" tall. She is 2 feet taller than Master Chief.
Yes.
Wow.
And impeccably dressed.
I see.
Apparently, people are already cosplaying as her on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Even having her with Bowsette, apparently the previous internet sensation.
Mm-hmm.
There was one I saw where they had her. It was like a height comparison with the Xbox One refrigerator and then the Xbox One, but I can't seem to find that one.
Oh,
I saw that one. That was Xbox did that.
I can find it.
That was funny. That was funny to me. I was like, yeah.
I still want one of those refrigerators. I'm gonna get one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that is odd. Like, even how did they even remove that from the internet? That how does Google not have that image? I don't get this.
Check it out, Xbox. Check out Xbox.
You
look for the X. Yes, check Xbox. Xbox has on their Twitter.
It was was it an Xbox Series X refrigerator?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want one so bad. Oh, anyways.
Oh, we know. Oh, we know.
Don't do that.
There we go. Anka coming through. Yeah, so this is the one I was talking about. Again, okay, you know, it has to be my browser at this point because even this one showed up very large.
Ooh,
Ouch.
that exploded.
Oh, there we go. Apparently images were zoomed in. So
Okay.
My fro disoriented
There you
everything.
Ooh, that's a big
so yeah. You got your Xbox Series X here, the refrigerator, and then Lady Dimitrescu for scale.
Ooh, that
Everything in disarray.
That is a big lady. I'm not gonna play the game, but I'm definitely gonna watch other people play the game through my fingers and be like.
So really want to turn to come later, where she turns to full vampire mode and she's lanky and lost the traditional sex appeal and is more of a horror monster. She could turn me into a wall 80 times.
Oh yeah, that's definitely gonna happen.
Yeah, she's the main
She's
antagonist.
a vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For what it looked like in that reveal, like from what it looked like in the reveal event that they showed, it was like a couple of weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
I think she may be related to the main bad guy in Resident Evil 7.
Ooh.
Oh, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Because I think the person you play as in Resident Evil 8 is that same guy.
Yeah, it's that guy.
And I think she was on the phone saying you couldn't even kill him there. So I guess I got to do it here. I think it's his. I don't know.
Yeah.
We can do this research anytime, but yeah. So.
Big lady.
Yeah.
Big lady.
Yeah, 4.5 million PS5s were sold over the holiday. Again, hopefully you got one. I'm still looking for an Xbox Series X on All Access. Kev sent me a link about 10 minutes ago. 2 minutes later, they were all gone.
Yeah, it was like 3 minutes. It was like 3 minutes ago. I seen notification on my phone. I'm like, well, I'm already late, but you never know. And then it's gone.
Never know. Yeah.
All right, so now we're at the last bit of the show. If you have a Pixel, please update it. The February updates are now available to you.
Ooh, I'm gonna update that as we speak.
What are you doing?
You sounded like me from the other week.
Apparently Samsung beat Google to release this update. They released the February update in January at the last couple of days of January, which was odd for Samsung to do.
And it broke the Wi-Fi on the tablets at work.
Ooh, hate to see
it.
Hate to see it.
A shame.
Ooh.
macOS Big Sur 11.2 is available for update for all you Mac heads out there. This does not fix the Sudo issue. That's still a thing. Do not update your Mac and think that's going to fix the problem. It's not. It's not.
Okay, I need to also tell our employees to not do that. The 4 employees that have MacBooks.
No, it's not going to break anything. It doesn't introduce the problem.
Whoa.
It doesn't introduce the problem. I still think they should update their systems. The Sudo issue was there prior to this update.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're fucked either way. So
Yeah.
just don't run shit you don't know where it came from.
They had
But yeah,
to
it was supposed to fix an external display issue. As someone who's running external displays on a Mac Mini, it did not. So yeah, about that. There's a PS5 system update for, again, those 4.5 million users who may or may not have a PS5. That sorts out a PS4 disc upgrade issue.
That's just so crazy how they sold so many, but yet they're so hard to come by.
It is really weird. However, I mean, I've been hearing a lot of people say, yeah, I've been playing this game on PS5, and they're not journalists.
Oh.
Right.
So apparently there are people who are really hawking, like, just like eagle-eyeing these websites, and they may be using like these other apps that will tell them when like shit goes available, and kind of help them. It's like
non-stock alerts.
Yeah,
StockX, Twitter alerts, Twitter notifications.
So yeah, it's like
that's how I found out.
It's easy. Like, I imagine it's not impossible.
No.
It's difficult to shit, but it's not impossible.
Yes. It's not impossible. But
for me, the motivation to do it is not there as much. I think my whole thing is like, okay, if I just happen to be at the right place at the right time, I'm not going to hesitate like I did with GameStop.
Right.
Or Best Buy that one time, because it was also on Best Buy one day.
That's how I felt when I was trying to get the Animal Crossing Switch. I just happened, something told me to check Target's website when I got to work one morning, and there was one left.
That's how I was with me. And so
yeah,
I'm not sure if I told y'all the Switch story, but I was like, all right, I'm gonna get me a Switch. I got an alert saying that Best Buy had them in stock. I was gonna buy one online and go pick it up at the store, but I was like, no. If it was meant for me to have the Switch, I'm gonna wait to the end of the workday. I'm gonna drive over to Best Buy. I'm gonna pick one up.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little safeguard, so I'm not spending money unnecessarily. If it wasn't meant for me, if it wasn't at the store when I got there at 5 o'clock or 5:30, I'll show up at 5:30. They've got stacks of Switches.
Wow.
That later on that night, I found out that apparently Nintendo released a huge, they just released a huge amount of stock. And from that day forward, anybody who wanted a Switch could get a Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was back in 2017.
Oh.
Yeah, this is like a few months after the launch.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Pre-pandemic stress.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we were looking at, it was still then, we were looking at the Wii situation where when they released it, it was hard to get a Wii for several months. But yeah, this was maybe 2-3 months after the release of the Switch. Like, they were hard to get, but yeah, that day when I was like, all right, I'm going to wait, that's when they became globally available and nobody would have an issue for several years.
Right.
And then 2020.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, here's an optional Windows 10 update. If you're having some issues with your PC games crashing, maybe give an update. There's a little optional update. It's not mandatory. You actually have to go in, find it, and install it yourself. It will reboot your machine. I have applied this update because I think that may have been also what's happening with that Fortnite. And I got Fortnite to launch again, but we still got to see if it will play on stream.
Yay.
That was really weird what happened Tuesday.
That was.
But hey, we played some Yakuza, and that was great. And in deals this week, Prime Gaming adds 8 new free games for February. So, of course, if you got Amazon Prime, you own that Twitch, you can definitely find these games. You got Spinch, Stealth Bastard Deluxe, Monster Prom Hot Seat, Swim Sanity, Table Manners, Algobot Cyberhook, and Little Big Workshop.
Oh. I definitely recommend that y'all play Little Big Workshop. That is so much fun. I bought that on Steam probably around the time it came out. So I definitely recommend that game. That game is big time fun. Imagine little gnomes building, basically you setting up a workshop for little gnomes to build stuff and you have to actually design the components of each thing to get it to, so you'd be like, oh, I want this to have metal fasteners instead of plastic, and I want this to be this color, made out of wood instead of plastic. And so you basically have to break down each part in its like elements and then assemble it. It's fun. Highly recommend. Highly recommend.
Dope. Steam Game Festival goes live with more than 500 free demos plus developer chats and live streams. So tons of games to try out before you buy. I'm not sure if they're demo. I'm not sure if like the actual full games are available too. But hey,
no,
500. I mean, what I'm saying, like, I'm not sure if these are pre-release demos. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, yeah. These are definitely pre-release.
Okay. So yeah, 500 game demos to play to your heart's content. I mean, and they're free.
I recommend.
Like normally free with like maybe a couple of limitations. Like the one for Monster Prom, for example, only does local play and not like online play, but it's fun. It's a fun game, obviously. Yes. Ask me about Monster Prom. Ask me about Monster Prom in these streets.
Yes.
Asking me about Monster Prom is like asking Kevin about Ooblets.
Trust.
And believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need more demos. That's what we need.
Yes.
I imagine it's not that difficult to do.
Take me back to the era of the PlayStation 1 where you could get like a free sample pack that will let you play like a level or two of a game and then be like, if you like this, here's where you can go and get the rest of it.
Bring back the demo disc.
The
demo disc.
Because that's how I found out about Jet Moto. Let me tell you, I bought Jet Moto 1 and 2 behind playing that demo.
Well, that's how I figured about Zone of the Enders.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to play the Metal
on
Gear.
there. They had like a level of Soul Calibur on there. They had the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. They had the Extreme Games thing.
Bruh. What was that one game demo where basically you could like keep inverting the space you were in and walking on the walls and stuff?
Blast Chamber.
Oh, okay.
Because there was one where you had like a cube that you were in and you were trying to like basically not be the person who got caught up in the traps or was holding whatever the item was when the time ran out.
Right.
I know exactly which one you were talking about. That's the name of that game.
Okay, because I remember playing it, but I never remember the name of it. And I played the mess out of Tony Hawk. Shoot.
Yeah. I remember playing like the first sequence of Final Fantasy VII demo disc, and when I tell you, I was like, my whole like 12-year-old wig cap was like blown off because it was like, yo, how can we get these level of graphics?
Mine was the Halo 1 for PC demo. That had the silent cartographer, but it also had Blood Gulch.
Oh.
And that's how I learned. Like, I learned basic networking that way.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So we figured out how to set up like a local, like a LAN game, in high school. And I also learned how ad hoc networks worked. Because one day when a friend of mine, we were coming home from college, we took our laptops, connected to each other's laptops through the ad hoc. I set up a game of Blood Gulch on my laptop. He connected, and we were sitting there playing multiplayer in the car.
That's funny. That's so cool.
This is before like mobile hotspots or anything. Like the only way it could work is because of the fact that we were in the same car and like the connection was just always smooth with each other.
Yeah.
I was like, I was so excited. Yo, we gotta try this. Like, I know it's dumb and it may not work, but we gotta try it. And I was so like, my mom was blown when that shit worked.
It's like you figure out something and it'd be like, I figured out something amazing.
Do y'all remember that Gecko game? It was like Looney Tunes based or something.
Gex?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gex was good. Yeah, Gex was pretty good. That's more.
I felt like it was a little bit too adult for me.
So how many people actually discovered a real game, like a whole game, through a demo that they wanted to play of something else?
What do you mean?
So a lot of people fell in love with Crackdown because Halo 2 like the Halo 2 demo was included.
Right.
So for me, because I didn't have an Xbox at the time, that's not how that one wasn't it. For me, it was Zone of the Enders. Because Metal Gear Solid 2 demo was included with Zone of the Enders, and I wanted to play Metal Gear Solid 2, so I've rented Zone of the Enders to do that, and I played Zone of the Enders. Oh shit, yo, this other Kojima game is actually really fucking good too, and now I'm just a huge fan of Zone of the Enders.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of them. Like it's normally the other way around where you bought the game you wanted and it had another demo. But yeah, like the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo with Zone of the Enders was mine. But a lot of people, it was that Halo 2 demo that introduced them to Crackdown, and they just all became Crackdown fans.
Yeah. Well, what was like a demo that you played recently that was like this pretty much says to me, I'm gonna play. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy this game day one. Like I already know which mine is, but which one was y'all's?
So mine wasn't a game. Like, okay, so let's talk about a couple of things that are kind of important here about me. I used to take things that I would get, like games and stuff, and just stick them in places that they did not belong. So, for example, when I talk about this, like, I used to take video games and put them in the CD player to see if sound would come out.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I was that kid.
Right.
I did the same thing with my Windows 98 CD. One time I put it in something where it didn't belong and music came out. And I'm like, hold on, wait, what is this? I found a whole artist that I ended up liking because on the Windows 98 second edition CD, there was a song called Good Times by Edie Brickell and the New Bohemians with a feature by Barry White. And I'm like, all right, we will continue doing that. So that was a whole thing where I found out
the Tekken soundtrack. Oh my god.
Okay,
like
let me talk about how many times
and the B sides for that. It was great.
The amount of times I put Unknown on repeat when Tekken Tag come out, though. If anything, I'm pretty sure one of the things, because I remember, I think Tekken had like a Soul Calibur demo on it at one point. Or it was either like Soul Calibur or Bushido Blade or something like that. One of those two. And that's how I got into like Soul Calibur.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a demo, like it was a demo of a fighting game for another game made by the same company. Because it was all like Namco at the time.
I will take every opportunity when somebody mentions Bushido Blade. You cowards, bring Bushido Blade back. Thank you.
Oh yeah, especially
okay, hold on,
like,
Bushido Blade, and if we're,
yes,
hold on, if we want to talk about things that the coward needs to bring back, then we need to go ahead and give that crown to Samurai Showdown.
Wait, didn't they already do that? There's a recent Samurai Showdown came out like within the last 2 years.
Did they? Because if they did, I have missed it.
Yeah, there's definitely a Samurai Showdown game like out.
Also, I would very much like them to bring Eternal Champions back because no one ever knows what I'm talking about when I mention that game.
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure. I don't know that one.
I've never heard of that.
Probably heard of it. I know if I see it, then I'll know what it is. Hold on, let me Google that. Eternal Champions.
Yeah, so Epic Games right now.
Mine recently. I'm also cheating. Oh yeah, I've definitely seen this before. I just haven't. It's been a while since I've seen this game, but cheating a little bit. Mine is both Bravely Default 2 and Monster Hunter Rise because they both had the demos to come out. The Bravely Default 2 had the final demo, which I definitely recommend because I heard things about that first demo.
Yeah, I've heard things about that first one.
That first demo was not good, and then Square Enix was like, wait. We hear what you're saying. We will fix this, and we will make sure it's fixed in the main game. And so I didn't play the first demo, but I played the second, and pretty much about 5 to 10 minutes in, once I was doing like my first couple of battles, and some of that Bravely Default stuff started popping off, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy this game. I'm gonna buy this game when I come out, and I never do it. And I never do that. I always wait the games get cheap first. But it's like I just was like, yo, I gotta cop this. Second was like Monster Hunter Rise, where I was like, I wasn't fighting like the main monster of the like Mitsunune. I wasn't fighting him. I was fighting like Great Izuchi, which is like this monster that has like basically a monster with a crew. That's what his deal is. It's one big it's like Great Jaguarus. It's like one monster surrounded by smaller monsters that roll with him and also help the monster attack. So I just fought the basic monster. It's like fighting like a Kuliaku or like a Yaku or something like that. And then I was like, yo, I love this. The wire bug mechanics, like literally flinging yourself across the map on this like stringy bug thing, and then like palamutes, which are like good boys that you can ride on top of. Is like, all right, good boy, take me to the monster, and then they jump in and they immediately start fighting the monster with you. So it has this great like Japanese theme according to it as well, and I'm like, bro, I'm fully invested. I'm definitely gonna be playing that game. So those are my demos.
Before we go any further, SNK versus Capcom was mentioned by Stalker.
Oh yeah.
Or the SNK versus Capcom to bring it back. Stalker said Nocturne was theirs. And Anansi said Marvel versus X-Men. Is that one? Or was that Capcom versus Marvel, Capcom versus X-Men? I didn't.
No, there was Capcom. There was definitely Marvel versus X-Men.
Oh, okay.
There was Marvel.
They made so many of them. It's a
now there is a Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were mentioning.
Yeah.
Mine would be, and I just had it. It's the Division. Mine was the Division. Oh. Now they had demos and betas and all like that, but I was at the Microsoft store, and they had like the demo. Well, one time I played it at a Comic-Con here in Durham. It was like, oh, that's great. I love how this plays. Then I went and played it at an event at a Microsoft store. They also let me try it with the Xbox Elite controller. I walked out of that Microsoft store with that Elite controller that day, just to play the Division when it came out.
It was like,
and I was so a believer in the Division. Then I bought it on both Xbox and PlayStation.
Ooh.
And then again on PC later on.
Ooh.
Division 1 was a good game, but I guess I kind of fell out with D2.
Yeah, I was the opposite. I didn't much care for D1. Loved D2 to a point, and then it was just kind of like, okay, I'm just playing this with friends now. That's pretty much. And Warlords of New York, play that. That's okay. and then it was like, all right, fine, I'm good now.
Look, I'm just glad now I can stream Division 2 at 1080 60.
That's good.
Again, Ryzen 9, doing the Lord's work.
Chef kiss.
Anka, what demo convinced you to pick up a game?
I actually don't really recall. I feel like I'm a little too young.
Okay, see, I figured that was what the issue was. So let's rephrase the question. What beta?
Oh gosh. Okay, okay, let me think about this, cause okay.
She was so fixated on the fact that I never played demos that she didn't think about it.
Okay, so up until I went to UNCG my freshman year, I was PlayStation. So, and then my freshman year, right?
Wait, there's no green at UNC. I forgot y'all also blue and yellow.
Oh yeah, we were blue and yellow first. Anyway, so
I'm sorry. Yeah, we're blue and gold. Never mind. Yeah, you can have yellow.
Actually, we have a motto that says Spartans bleed blue and gold. So,
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Beta, please.
Anyway, yeah, I can't really remember. I don't remember playing any like beta of a game that, well, even if before I really got into IT, I probably didn't even know what beta meant. So, I just know that Ratchet and Clank was a staple in my childhood, and that kind of made me want to play other games like that, and then here I am now. That's all I can really say, because I can't think of anything else. And I know one thing I will say was pretty cool about one of the Ratchet and Clank games. After you beat the game, they kind of let you run around. Like Insomniac did that cool thing where they let you run around at the in this like little white studio space part of the game, and let you like look at how they created stuff, or gave you like little tidbits of how they did things and stuff like that. So that was pretty cool. But that's really all I can remember.
Dope.
Yeah, I don't have any interesting stories like y'all.
No problem.
Y'all grew
up in the retro game.
with everything being online. Y'all didn't grow up in the era of samples where companies had to like send you material copies of things that had like all of these extra like small sampling plates of stuff so that you would buy their subscription services.
Well, I do remember. I do remember when AOL used to send you those little demo discs in the mail. We had tons of those cases all over the house. I do remember that part, but that's not game related.
Y'all remember shareware?
I don't. I definitely don't.
Get that one disc. You had to call the number to buy the rest of it.
Wow.
Definitely remember that.
What a time.
Like Jazz Jackrabbit and another game called Hocus Pocus, and the OG Duke Nukem.
Doom.
Doom.
Quake. Speaking of old software repositories, it was one article that was, I think it was last week, that I was supposed to include, but we cut it because there was so much to talk about. 2 Cows. A very popular software downloading site is being shut down. So showing age here. Like, I remember going to 2 Cows for everything, but when I was a wee young buck discovering the internet.
A wee lad.
A wee lad. Also, just want to give a quick little shout before we get up here. Not sure if you guys heard, but the GoldenEye XBLA remake was leaked, and the ROM is available to download. So, I'm not going to link it here. Somebody linked it to me, and I'm definitely going to maybe try it out in a Windows sandbox. Just I trust the guy who's linking it, and he's an infosec, so I imagine him posting things. It's very sanitized, but just to make sure I'm going to take my necessary precautions. But yeah, if you want to play a game that was supposed to be a remake for GoldenEye, it's out there if you want it. That being said, hey, we're done. Tech Talk Thursdays is over. Kev, what you got going on this week?
Nothing much really. Cannot recommend Dragon Quest 11S Definitive Edition Echoes of Elusive Age on Game Pass. Like, that is, like, I played some today and it was amazing. It was just fun, so much fun. And it's one of those games where I'm like, yo, I am fighting myself to not play it on my own because it is just that fun. Because I'm like, yo, I want to stream it, but I'm really having more fun with it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, well, I can always just not stream it and just stream something else. Because I mean, it's not like I paid for it and I got it free and then I gotta do the coverage for it. So I might end up just being like, let me just gonna take that off the roster, or just play it whenever I want to play it, because I think my community's like, whatevs. So been playing that. and of course Ooblets, and of course definitely definitely gonna be playing some really nice demos from the Steam Game Festival. I'm gonna do what I did for the last one, try to do as many videos as I possibly could do for demos coverage, which is just me playing them and uploading them to my YouTube channel. So that's what I got going on for my weekend and cook, and that's about it. So yeah,
Cool. Also, if y'all can send me those links to your social media bits, your YouTubes, your Twitches, and all like that. I realized I have to redo the bot after I reinstalled the OS at the end of 2020. I did not back up my bot, so I lost all that I set up. So yeah, if y'all can send me those links again, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Anka, I have an idea of what you'll be doing this week. I really want to hear you say
it. So, I don't know how many people follow me on Instagram or Twitter. I don't think I put it on Twitter. But my laptop is dying. It's dying. It started making a noise the other day. Well, I noticed this noise 2 weeks ago, and I mentioned it to Major. And I was like, I don't think it's supposed to be making that, because it woke me up in the middle of the night. And so it caused me to shut the computer down. Then, it did it again 2 days ago. Or was it 2 days ago now? Something like that.
No, 2 days.
Yeah. But I said all of that to say, you guys are amazing, because, listen, y'all, they have basically rescued me. I will be graciously building a new PC this weekend. An actual real PC, not a gaming laptop, for the first time. And because I just can't be without a computer. This is the literal worst possible time for all this to happen, because this weekend I'm also preparing to get some of the volunteering activity supplies for my nonprofit for the event that's taking place this month. I'm also taking a grant writing class, so I kind of have to have a computer to attend. So, yeah. I'm really grateful to y'all. I know I said it multiple times, but yeah, I was like crying, like literal tears, and I ran into my mom's room and was like, "My friend, I don't deserve." So,
We don't deserve you, Anka.
No, don't say that. Don't say that.
Look, you again, like I mentioned Tuesday, the things you've been able to do, even personally for me, for this show, like it's been nothing short of amazing. And the thing for me, like I mentioned it too, is like I could have easily just threw half of this shit away. Like, just again, buying a phone I don't need now. Let's look. We've laughed at my misery of spending money I didn't need to spend all show. So to be able to put that to better use, having people who could use whatever equipment I have, whatever money I have, like I'd rather see it go to someone who needs it than me sitting there just putting it in a pile and burning it. So
I'm eternally grateful.
No, I mean, we're gonna burn that money. We're just gonna burn it on friends.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Something. There are feels that I have behind this. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make an agreement here. You don't start some stuff that's gonna get me crying over here, and I will also leave your feelings alone. How about that?
Like I seen this in the midst of all the whole stonks debacle, where somebody was like, instead of investing in stocks, we should invest in ourselves and our friends. And I was like, and that's really the best investment.
I was like, it took y'all that long to get here though.
Yeah,
I mean,
somebody. And still they didn't get it. But I was if I'm gonna invest in somebody, I'm definitely gonna invest in the people, in me, and the people that I love. So of course I'm gonna do that. So,
period.
Not
Not even half the time. 100% of the time,
Mm-hmm.
the stuff y'all producing is better than the stuff that people are wasting their money on. So
It's not that hard when you're the blueprint, but we're not going to talk about that this month.
Well,
When you invented not just the good music that America has, but literally all of the music that America has. The
literally,
stoplight,
I can
the
share
gas mask, open heart surgery. When you're over here inventing light bulbs, filaments, the cotton gin.
the most of the music,
peanut butter.
I mean, and I know you weren't like just talking about but literal music. Most of that stuff was invented by Black women.
So in short, we are history.
Literally.
But something we will talk about. I mean, we can just like run y'all some stuff real quick. If y'all like need the updates and all this other stuff, we can run you that. But I mean, like down to the video games, down to the cartridges, even.
Yeah, we'll see you the reading list. We'll get the Tech Talk Thursday reading list together.
About to be reading Rainbow up in here. Okay.
Reading Rainbow.
Don't take my word for it. So, yeah.
So outside of the PC building, what else you got going on?
Yeah, just that grant writing class and I'm recovering. Y'all, I really was not feeling good this show. I'm sorry, y'all. I just was not feeling good. Like, my mouth is hurting because I went to the dentist this morning and my stomach started hurting halfway through this, and that's why I got quiet.
It's understood.
Don't apologize for that.
I was asleep or nothing. I promise I wasn't.
Don't apologize for that. Things happen.
I just wanted
If you known this bad, I'll cut your mic. So now go to bed.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I made it. Look,
yeah.
We adapt. I have adapted. I'm here because I want to be here.
And we're glad for you to be here.
Yes, thank you.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all, honestly. But yeah, that's all I got going on. I'm gonna try to start streaming more on a schedule, but y'all know I don't really stick to schedules, so it's gonna be a real challenge for me. But
yeah, I'll just sit here with this Destiny 2 installed. So Uncle will be here eventually.
I know. But once I get this computer going and stuff, we can start doing stuff. I've just been nervous to do anything.
It's understood.
Yeah.
Look. I'm here. I'll be here. I ain't got nothing to do.
I'll be around too if you need help.
I appreciate it. I really do.
Sin, what you got going on?
Well, actual thing, surprisingly. So this Sunday, I am going to be in yet another tabletop stream from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to see me be a little bit weird while playtesting a new tabletop system, feel free to do that this coming Sunday. And then, streams on Monday, streams on Tuesday, back here next week.
Awesome.
And aside from that, just being a mod wherever the Black people are, because y'all don't know how to act right. And so my friends receive people coming into chat, making George Floyd comments and sending people death threats. And so I have the unique position of, let me just go ahead and ban a bitch.
Is that patent pending?
Do
patent pending.
As somebody who has
something, these hands are open source so that everybody can throw them.
Yep. As somebody who has literally seen Sin's like handiwork when it comes to banning, like complete necks like gone, just like heads severed.
He done put these hands on the GPL. Let's go.
I couldn't even ban nobody in that stream because Sin was just like by himself. We were just covering him, but he was like, I need no coverage.
10 is the
All I just seen was like trolls
unseen
dropping left and right, and it was kind of like, wow, okay, I'll just be here in case you need me.
I don't know if y'all watch ReZero or not, but there's this little thing called the unseen hand. But Sin's hand is definitely seen because
You wish you didn't see it.
No, it'll be things like, what do you mean? Someone said something in chat? Oh, where was it? I don't know. Must have been whisked away on the wind.
Right.
It was just like, and it's gone, and and it's gone, and it's gone, and it's gone. It's gone.
Oh, there's nope. Sin
Somebody said something. Oh no, wait, no.
Little scene in South Park, and it's gone.
And it's gone.
Yep.
Is that all you got, Sin?
Yeah, well, there are a couple of extra things happening this month, but they won't be happening between now and the next time I see you. So we'll save those announcements for next Thursday.
Alrighty then.
Cool.
Well, for me, I've come back to streaming. I've done it. I've done all the things. I'm tired of waiting.
I mean, what I'm gonna say is don't rush yourself into it. But I have seen a couple of those go live, and it was just kind of like, oh, look at it. It's so adorable from all the way over here.
I was like, I was peeking, and I was like, ooh, the frames. I'm jealous.
So yeah, of course, like as I mentioned last week, I got the Ryzen 9 3900X over the weekend. I got that installed. Was doing some testing. Very pleased with the results. I can now stream Overwatch, this Division 2. Okay. Let's start with Overwatch. Overwatch, I can now play the game at over 60 FPS while streaming it at 60 without OBS having a fit. I can now just stream the Division 2 without the game deciding like, nah, we're just gonna put your feet in cement. And I can actually stream Apex Legends. That is one of the hardest games I've found to try to stream on PC with one system. And so now I can stream it and play it at 60 FPS. So, given all of that good, all those good vibes, I decided to come back to streaming. So,
yay!
I tested on some Fortnite. It was running okay. Fortnite kind of just broke on me Tuesday. That's whatever. I'm currently running through a Civ 5 run, like maxing out all the settings to see if I can bottleneck the CPU. And I've actually started a playthrough of Yakuza because I felt like playing through all of Yakuza would be better than playing through all of Kingdom Hearts.
Agreed.
I would probably understand it better. Again, yes. Metal Gear Story makes more sense than Kingdom Hearts.
I agree.
And if somebody can tell you that they can explain either of those stories, they are lying. Speaking as a Metal Gear fan, if somebody can tell you they can explain Metal Gear, they are lying.
They're lying. Like Zayoff and Fox Core and Lala Lily Lou and the Patriots and
I tried to set a security password Ashala Shashka, and everybody looked at me like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?"
Like password.
Nobody would guess it. Nobody would guess it. Duh.
Password Shadow Moses. Dun 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 dun. Otacon.
So yeah, I'm back to streaming. However, in typical major fashion, in some form, like in some way or another, there is something that may be keeping me from streaming. It depends on kind of how things go. If you have not seen on Twitter, my mother-in-law passed away this week, so we're in the process of my wife's in the process of trying to get all that stuff straight with her. Of course, that means me not really having to do much in the, technical aspects of it. It's just me just trying to be there for my wife and making sure, I pick up, the slack when needed. So that may affect streaming in that regard. But yeah, I'm back. I am back though. Hopefully getting to play some more and not having to deal with as many technical issues. Also, that means too that these shows will be able to get up faster if we actually end the show on time. Which, saying that, means I'm going to end this show. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to another episode of Tech Talk Thursdays. Again, for February 4th, 2021. On behalf of Cynthia I'm going to get it. Kev, or it's your boy Kev, and Idio Sanaka, who is carrying the show on her back. God bless her.
So much that it literally hurts and she had to lie down.
Agreed.
I'll be back on camera next week, y'all.
Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Again, you can catch the archives to the show, the audio archives for the show over at majors.house/TTT. Instead of remembering all of that weird shit from Anchor, definitely check us out over there. If you listen to our iTunes, give us a rating, leave a comment. Please don't 1 stars. We'd appreciate it if you didn't treat us like Robinhood. Thank you very much. But yeah, on that note, you all could have been anywhere in the world, watching any stream in the world. You could have been reading the tech news yourself, but no, you decided to let us not manipulate the news and deliver it to you just as it is. Thank y'all so much. And of course, all I've got left to say to you wonderful people is I love you and peace.
Wakanda forever.